Oh, okay. What did I do? I was trying to get my Taco Bell food. Last time I checked, that's what I checked out the last time. Okay, I'm trying to get my Taco Bell food and your husband put his hands all over me. Your fucking husband put his hands all over me. And then my glasses were torn. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, yeah? I've got bruises to prove. You kick me in the fucking head. Bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, baby. I've got bruises to prove. Oh, yeah? Oh, baby, my standards are low. My standards are low. Do you know who I wanted to marry? Josh. My standards are low. Yeah. Last time I checked, I wanted to marry Josh. Okay. Kick me in the crotch. I dare you. Bitch. Bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, yeah? I've got bruises to prove. You kick me in the fucking head. Bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, baby. I have all the bruises to prove your fucking abuse. You go.
All her ass away. All her ass away. Happy day when they take her away. All her ass away. All her ass away.
You kick me in the head. You kick me in the fucking head.
All her ass away. All her ass away. Happy day when they take her away. All her ass away. All her ass away.
Will you shut the fuck up?
Take her away.
I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, I've got bruises to prove it. Oh, yeah? I've got bruises to prove.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Why did somebody in the DP fam send me Jared's dick? What the fuck?
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1666. And I'm doing it live. I'm flying solo without that loser Shabisky. Who needs them? Everybody like the stream. Everybody contribute to the ghoul. It's pinned right there in the chat. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Yeah, it's only appropriate. It's only appropriate. I remember when we did episode 666. It's crazy that it's been 1,000 episodes since that last one. Crazy. I think Shabisky has to promote the new Simon and Garfunkel album. I don't know. Something like that. You know how we do. All right, so not much going on right now. I've watched since this guy's meltdown that he had not too long ago. Styx Hexenhammer. I watched a few of his videos a few months ago. I'm gonna watch some of his newer stuff. It's weird because he was kind of almost like Razor Fist, where he had like the glasses. Well, Razor Fist has sunglasses. Styx Hexenhammer, he just has regular glasses. But he wore the leather jacket, you know, that kind of thing. And now he dresses like King Cobra and is missing teeth like King Cobra. I heard he got them knocked out, but I don't know what to believe, you know. Rumors abound online. So yeah, he's like the Libertarian King Cobra. He also practices like pagan. He's into like paganism and shit like King Cobra too. So here he is. This is we had Styx Hexenhammer on Drunken Peasants years ago. At a time where like we could get left wing and right wing guests. We had Styx Hexenhammer and Lauren Chen on one episode. That's probably our most right wing episode we've ever had. You know? So here he is. This is a recent video of Styx Hexenhammer.
All right, everyone, this is just a brief video letting you know, yes, indeed, the computer, as you can see, is back. So we are back in business, making Styx Hexendom, making Clankdom. That's what I'm talking about.
That's most definitely what's up, dude.
Got a lot to talk about, though.
Obviously, he's more articulate than Josh was.
I wish I could have been there and...
Now, one thing that is weird to me is that he's wearing 2 pairs of glasses. He has his actual prescription glasses for his vision, and then on top of those, he has a pair of sunglasses.
Had my computer working when yet another assassination attempt of Trump was made. That would have been interesting breaking news since we literally saw it live. But no! I'm never allowed such things. My electronics always break down at the worst possible opportunity. At the worst possible time. I've noticed this, by the way. Probably not by coincidence. It's the universe is trying to punish me, apparently, or something like
that. That hat is falling apart, though.
That. But yes, I am back, and we will get to the news.
Get out of my way, you stupid fucking hat.
Shortly. Don't worry, you'll have plenty of videos. That's about all. Peace out.
Okay, so that was his first video when he came back after a break recently.
Alright everyone, I would like to make a video announcement about giving up, or conceding, getting in. I am a Warwick, or Warwick, or Vervik. There are multiple ways to pronounce it, by the way. Sort of depends on the period, and who you consult, and the linguistic background of the person who happens to be using the term. I say Warwick. Most people in England would say Warwick. And in Old English, they would say Vervik, of course. So just an interesting linguistic analysis.
Interesting.
I would like to say, I will never give in. I will never surrender. I will never give up. Under any circumstances. You know, I don't think that you understand the backdrop of my family. If you look back through the Vervik family, they don't give up. They would rather...
Sometimes it is good to know when to give up, though. Sometimes gracefully giving up isn't bad.
They would rather die than surrender.
Depends on what you're giving up on.
Look at the Kingmaker, for example. No, thank you. I think that I'll continue fighting until the last drop of blood. That's the way that we do it. I know that there are some people that come from families like, oh, my ancestor was fighting in this war and then had to surrender to the Nazis or the Soviets or something. The Vervik would rather die.
Ooh, they're
Go
like
ahead
Klingons.
and shoot me.
Klingon warriors.
Who gives a shit? Go ahead and kill me. That would be funny as hell, by the way. You're on the battlefield, and the enemy has their gun up to you, and you're like, I'm not surrendering. You might want to surrender, though, because, you know, if your first shot doesn't work, you're not going to get off a second one. That would be hysterical. I'm sure that that's happened before, by the way. It must be hysterical. Like, okay, now I've got the gun. Now you surrender. It's your turn.
Why is he wearing one glove? And the glove that he's wearing is very padded on top. What kind of gloves are these?
That must be funny. Anyways, as far as the Warwick family goes, we are fighters. We don't back down. We don't surrender. Again, look at the Kingmaker. We continue fighting until everything is expended and it's no longer possible physically to fight. You have to exhaust yourself completely, be so filled with wounds that you can't even fucking move. That's the way to live life. Hopefully, people leave you alone. That's my ethos. Just leave me alone. I don't want to fight you. I would rather just grow this tomato plant. Get away from me.
I don't want to fight you. I would rather just grow this tomato plant.
But sometimes you meet some ass.
People are saying he doesn't drink during his videos like King Cobra, but people are always like, "Oh, he's a drunk now. He's a drunk." So maybe he is.
Or an asshole system, of course, like the judiciary, that doesn't want to leave you alone. You are then forced to fight. You no longer have a choice. You're forced into combat. Well then, if you're forced into combat, do it well. Do it well and do it right, and make sure to cause as much calamity as possible would be my suggestion. I mean, you know, sometimes it happens. It's regrettable when it happens, especially if you're up against a Warwick. I mean, you're going to have a real big problem.
It's a Warwick!
It's going to be real tough for you, unfortunately for you. And that has happened before.
I know he was buddies with the Quartering and was collaborating with the Quartering a lot.
Warwicks have been forced into such situations in the past.
Give me some water, Peck.
They have exceeded expectations with regards to retaliations. And it's very, very funny to see. Don't fuck with me, basically, is the message. That should be the motto of the Warwick family. Don't fuck with me.
Who exactly
Leave me
is he
alone.
supposed to be in this fight with? Lamau just yapping.
Yeah, I'm not sure because his whole thing is like, oh, in my family, we don't give up. You know, we don't ever give up in my family. One thing we don't do is give up. We won't give up the fight either. We're going to fight. We got, and I'm like, who is he talking about? I think he has had some drama in his personal life. I do think a woman the rumor was that a woman punched him in the mouth and knocked out his tooth. I don't know if that's true or not.
That should be the motto or something like that. Offer no insult to anyone else. Do not harm others. Try to be charitable and nice and everything else.
But maybe he just became a pirate because he has like the pirate hat and everything. Maybe he just got scurvy.
But if someone is fucking with you, if you have fulfilled all those things, if you are being charitable, you are being nice, you are minding your own business, nobody has any right to offend you. Nemo me impune la cecit, my friend. Then you have the right to fall in. And trust me, the Warwicks are very, very good at doing so. Heh. That's about all.
He always says, that's about all.
All right, everyone, it's time to talk about vegans. Why you
Cobra didn't like vegans either, so there's a link right there.
Are fundamentally wrong. Vegans like to talk about themselves. Hey, I'm a vegan. Yeah, I don't eat animal products. Ah, yes you do. Believe it or not. Where do you think the vitamins and minerals come from that keep you alive? You are an obligate omnivore. Those little supplemental pills and stuff like that, yeah, those come from animal products.
I don't think that's true.
Believe it or not. Unfortunately, you're still eating animals. You just don't have to deal with the sight of flesh because you don't like it. Now, I will say for myself, I am 99% a vegetarian. Yeah, I will point that out to people. Some people will chuckle at that and say, ha ha, you need a steak. Oh, if you offer me a properly made ribeye, I will absolutely accept it. Yes, definitely. It needs to be marinated for a couple of days first. And then you cook it medium rare. And the rest is history. It's history because it's in my belly. That's perfectly fine. But that being said, most of the things that I cook are actually vegetarian. I'll use butter And some of the recipes involve things like milk and stuff like that. Look at the stuffed shells. Of course, there's ricotta and egg in it. So it's technically a pseudo-vegetarian diet. I guess you could say pescatarian because I eat sushi. I only rarely eat red meat. But that being said, I will still eat it. I don't understand people who say, well, I'm taking care of the animals. Yeah, let me take this pill that's made up of ground up animals. Because that's quite literally what you're taking.
Ground up animal pills.
I don't understand how it's any different. You're not really a vegan at all. You can't be a dedicated vegan. It's not even possible. It's not possible to be a dedicated vegan. It's not, you're insane or something like that. You cannot be a dedicated vegan and survive. You need animal materials in order to survive at all. There are very scant options for actual veganism. And it's not healthy anyway. Vegetarianism is healthy. Vegetarianism, of course. Okay, you're not eating meat. Or pescatarianism. You know, you've added fish in because of the mythology of fish having no feelings or something. Vegetarianism is perfectly healthy. You've got dairy products. You got eggs and stuff like that. Not harming any animals or anything like that. They can be free range, and they should be, by the way. And then you eat those and stuff like that. You don't need to eat the meat to chop up the animal and eat the animal. You don't need to. It's not necessary. You can be perfectly happy and perfectly healthy with that sort of...
Why does he have, like, pillows stacked up? I'm just guessing this is the room he lives in now.
That's perfectly fine. But trying to be a vegan, so now you don't have the
I know
eggs,
he went to jail for a little while.
You don't have
I don't know all the
dairy,
details.
you don't have fish or anything like that.
I know I'm pretty sure the quartering bailed him out of jail.
And you're subsisting off of arugula. That doesn't work. I'm sorry to tell you, but those supplements that you're going to have to take in order not to fucking die, they're made from animal products. You'd be better off being a vegetarian. Just get your animal protein from milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs, things like that.
Thank you for the jewels, last man. And if anyone else has jewels, feel free to send them my way. I really appreciate them. And a lot of people got them free, so you might have some and not even be aware of it.
You're not harming any animal. The animal needs to lactate anyway. Oh, okay, well, you know, you might as well eat the lactation. You can get goat milk. You can get Jersey cow milk. I mean, if you're lactose intolerant, you can get one of those. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, there's a million varieties of cheese available. There's a million varieties of yogurt available. I have dairy on tap all the time. Dude, it's like a dairy bar or something like that when I'm around, because it's what I digest the best. Just saying. You can't survive on a truly vegan diet. It is not physically possible. It is not physically possible to just eat the arugula and actually last...
Wow, got 200 more. Thank you for the jewels.
...for very long. Also, in a survival situation, you'll be absolutely goddamn useless. Oh, I can only eat this palm tree. Alright, have at it, dude. That's basically what's going to occur. I can only eat this palm tree and this coconut over here. That's great. That's really, really great. I will probably not see you tomorrow because you're going to fucking die, but, you know, yeah, shit happens. That's really what would happen, by the way. Meanwhile, those of us who understand that we're obligate omnivores will be looking for sources of protein. I don't give a fuck that pig gets its head smashed in. Oh, its eyes bulged out of its sockets? That's just hysterical. What? Now I can put it on the spit and I can roast it. That's what will happen. Yeah, you deal with me, you're dealing with the best. With regards to the vegan will be languishing off in the jungle, unable to even goddamn walk. You will die. That's what's going to happen. It's really, really sad. By the way, I really wish I had pickles right now. Just saying. They're like $5.99 per jar now. It's a sad state of affairs. Veganism is retarded. Veganism does not work. Veganism is degeneration, in my opinion. Now, is it from a noble perspective? Maybe so. But is it pragmatic? Is it from a pragmatic perspective? No, it's not from a pragmatic perspective in
even more jewels, thank you.
Any way, shape, or form. No, it makes absolutely no sense. Now, once in a while, you should treat yourself to a ribeye. Marinate it for a couple of days. You know, if you marinate it properly, oh boy, it's going to taste good. And then you cook it off. Cook it medium rare. Don't you be like Razor Fist. Don't you dare make that well done.
Don't you be like Razor Fist, he says.
You do that. Or you simply go vegetarian. There's nothing wrong with the vegetarian diet. Again, look at stuffed shells. Hearty, wholesome, filled with, protein. They're delicious.
All you guys are probably learning so much about healthy dietary habits.
If you make them right, if you make the red sauce right, that generally helps. Just cook that. You don't have to eat meat. You don't have to eat any meat at all. But you do need animal products in order to fucking survive. You can't survive without it. It's not physically possible. Not unless you take, again, little pills, which are made of animal products anyway. Well, if you're going to get animal products, let me posit something. Wouldn't it be better to get animal products that actually taste good? Because ricotta tastes an awful lot better than some dry, dusty, boring old pills. Yeah, they do. You can also put Parmesan on them. I don't.
He might be drunk.
I just use the regular ricotta.
If he's drunk, he didn't drink on camera.
Mixed with egg. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's got some herbs and spices in it. The red sauce does as well. And, you just pile them in a pan and you cook them. That's all you have to do. It's like one of the most simplistic recipes that you can possibly make. And it's delicious, actually. So, yeah, you should make some stuffed shells today.
Stuffed shells?
Good idea. You can get the
Don't be a vegan, eat stuffed shells.
Right at the store. Ricotta's readily available. Butter, I'm sure that you can fucking find butter, along with olive oil. You'll want a little bit of that mixed with the butter, actually. That's one of my secrets. And then you just make your red sauce. Yeah, what is it? Diced tomatoes with more herbs and a tiny shot of broth, and then you reduce it down. It's real hard to make. Yeah, baby. That's about all.
That's about all. End of recording.
All right, everyone. It's time to talk about whole milk. Yes, very hard-hitting news, I know. It actually is a little bit more important than a lot of people think.
Oh my God, when whole milk became a political position.
Proper nutrition, and RFK Jr., I think, would agree with me, is key to good health. You can compensate for a whole load of different problems by simply top-loading yourself with the proper vitamins, minerals, proteins, and so forth, healthy fats, things of that nature. So, cutting out processed food and shit like that. With milk, I have a problem with skim milk. I have a grudge against skim milk. Because when I drink it, it tastes basically like goddamn water. What I want is a nice, buttery, rich whole milk. Yeah, or goat milk. Goat milk is perfectly fine. Some people are lactose intolerant. So you're going to have to get milk from Jersey cows or goat milk or something like that. I think kefir is lactose tolerant. I'm not 100% sure.
Lactose
So there are
tolerant.
various options for you. Dairy products are the thing that I digest the best. So I happen to favor them. And as a native Vermonter, yeah, we got a lot of cows. We got a lot of goats. Yeah, they're all over the place. And so we've got a lot of small farms and stuff like that. Like there was a dairy called Thomas's Dairy. And it was only a couple of blocks away, really. I mean, it was within easy walking distance. And so you can actually see the state of the cows and so forth. I was extremely upset when they went under during the Great Recession. And they did. They folded. They said, we're going to sell the farm, man. And because the economy was stupid. And so they had no choice but to cut and run. And it was really, really sad at the time.
I prefer like 2% milk, not skim, but 2%.
Because prior I had known, all right, my milk is coming from, half a mile away. Less than half a mile, actually. I know where my milk is coming from. I know that it's quality. I can see the animals, and I appreciate that fact. Now, I no longer have that capability. Like, I got some sort of weird organic milk, actually, the other day. And it had, like, little chunks or flakes in it or something. I don't exactly know what was wrong with that particular
Chunks in your milk means something's wrong.
batch, but, yeah, that was not necessarily the best thing. I ended up dumping most of the glass out because, I'm not drinking that shit. I don't know what
He needs calcium, though.
those chunks are. And I almost felt like coconut flakes or something like that. Coconut flakes do not belong in milk, my friend. I have a feeling that it had gone off a little bit. It's a good milk brand, actually. It's Organic Valley or something like that. It's actually a good milk brand, but that particular container, yeah, that was from a batch that was not necessarily particularly good. But I will drink whole milk, preferentially, mainly because I'm a man. I'm not a pussy, or something like that. That's the basic reason why. I prefer whole milk. I'm not drinking that skim milk shit. Why am I going to pay the same amount for half the product? It's so watered down, because it's skim milk, there's no reason to pay the same price. It should be half price or something like that. Should be like in the Roman times. They used to have water with wine, regular wine, and then Falernian. They had 3 degrees of wine, actually. The Falernian would slowly poison you because it was boiled in lead pots in order to make it sweeter.
Oh, no.
But it cost more. There was a reason for that. Rich people, sometimes they poison themselves for sport, I guess. It's sort of like rich people now will... You use gold encrusting on the ice cream. Your body can't digest that shit, but they'll pay, 10 times the price just to eat it. I don't exactly get it. Just get an ice cream cone. I'm not exactly sure why they do this. It seems to be for the thrill or something like that. It's just to show that you have the money to do so. With milk, though, just regular old whole milk, preferably locally sourced from a local farm. You can get it at your local farmer's market. It's going to always be available. Get some, chill it, and then drink it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Skim milk can kiss my ass. In my opinion, it's not even worth buying. Why the hell would you want to? Yeah, you know what I want? I want to mix this milk with water. Yeah, it'll be less fatty that way. And less nutritious. And provide less protein.
Whoa! Warts! Him and Razor Fist are very similar. People used to say it back in the day.
He's almost like Razor Fist's weird autistic cousin.
Yeah. In many ways, yes.
Fourth.
Sound the water!
You should not drink it. You should drink regular old whole milk. I mean, it was good enough for your ancestors that sometimes lived to be 100 years old. I think that it's fine for you. A lot of people, they have this weird, habituation towards thinking that fat is the devil or something like that. That's a mythology from the 1990s. It's literally a mythos. It's not real. Now, fat's not your enemy. Bad fat is your enemy. Burgers and shit like that.
Burgers
now,
are delicious.
I'm not saying that you can't occasionally have a hamburger. And certainly, I'm going to use ground beef if I'm making a chili or something like that. But that's an occasional thing. Mostly, if you're eating meat, you should have non-processed meat. If you're doing dairy, it should be as unprocessed as possible. Hell, I wish I could try raw milk. I have a feeling that it's delicious when chilled.
No. Now you've gone too far. Whole milk is one thing, raw milk, no.
Oh my God, I might get sick. How many people in the Amish country get sick from drinking raw milk? Can I please ask this question? Not very many of them. Well, okay, then it's the same level of possible contamination as virtually every other foodstuff out there. A canned good might get botulism. You might get food poisoning from those mussels over there. It's entirely possible. But we don't ban those, now do we? No, we don't look askance to them at all. Oh, I ate a funny clam the other day. I was shitting out both ends. Yeah, that happened to me with escargot one time in the Netherlands. It's really, really sad. And it fucking hurts, by the way.
I like escargot.
It's really bad when you have to go back and forth between puking in the toilet and shitting your
that is bad.
Brains out in the toilet. And sometimes they try to happen at the same time, and then you've got to try to figure out what the fuck am I going to do. You have to use a strategy, I suppose. That can happen. But it can happen.
You got to make sure you flush before you spin around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the two-headed dragon.
With any food stuff. As far as milk goes, though, milk is refreshing. Milk is good for you. Milk is one of the greatest things, actually, that ever happened in the food world. And it's used in a bunch of recipes, too. You know, you can use it for all sorts like that. Some of them, they require milk. You need to use whole milk, though. You can't skim on the milk. That's a bad idea. Use whole milk or goat's milk. Again, as required. Again, you can use Jersey milk if you're lactose intolerant, but you still want the full thing. You can still get whole milk from Jersey cows, you know. It's just they don't really create lactose very much. So you'll be able to drink it. You'll be able to digest it. Honestly, I could go through 5 or 6 glasses tonight. I'm thinking, give me a gallon container. I'll drain that whole shit before the night is up. That's the way to do it, my friend. That's the way to do it. I do not believe in skim milk. I do not believe in a dairy-free diet either. That's why I made my video on vegans, actually, earlier. I can't understand. You don't eat yogurt? Why? Honestly, why? You mix that with some blueberries or some shit like that, or some pineapple. Oh man, it'll be tasty as fuck. All you have to do is chill it. That's the only thing you have to do. Doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, maybe I'm nonsensical. I'm crazy, but, I think that vegans are more crazy. And I don't understand people who bother to buy skim milk at the same price that they could get whole milk at. I'm sorry, not sorry. I cannot understand it at all. That's about all.
That's about
Peace
all.
out.
End of recording.
All right, everyone. Oftentimes we have to talk about bad news because that's usually what gets covered in the news because it's clickbaity. It gets more ad revenue basically for them. Drives up their engagement, makes them look better.
I put a bunch of the food videos together here because he talks about food a bunch of times and like diets and stuff. And then we'll get into some other stuff. But yeah, this is another food
for
one.
Their corporate sponsors and things like that. But this is a good story. Steak and Shake, which is a restaurant chain. I've never actually been to one.
I have.
So I can't vouch for whether their food is good or bad. But effective immediately, they're switching over to getting all of their beef. It will be free range and it'll be grass fed. That means that before it dies, the animal will at least, have a reasonably dignified existence. By the way, I do not consider eating meat cruel. Those animals in nature would not be killed instantaneously with a bolt gun. They would instead be ripped open by a tiger or something like that. They would be torn apart by wolves, die very slowly and painfully, watching their own body getting consumed. So I don't really have a problem with meat consumption. Although I limit my meat consumption because I'm not a big fan of chicken. Other than bacon, I'm not a huge fan of pork. So basically, it's beef.
It's interesting not to like chicken. Like I've known a few people that don't like chicken. But it just seems like the universal meat. Like it just kind of goes with whatever you cook it with. Kind of like vodka is like the chicken of liquors. It just kind of mixes well with most things.
Beef. Beef, it's what's for dinner. I agree with that. And yeah, so their burgers and stuff, they're going to have, less cruel means to raise the animals that go into the burgers and shit. I'm assuming they sell steaks. It would be funny, it would be a hilarious irony if they didn't. One thing is that I noticed that a lot of people, in responding to this, they noted that some locations were really good and some locations were shit.
Yep. That's what franchising will do.
I've noticed this actually with another restaurant chain, which is Burger King. The Burger King here, over in Rutland, that one is good. It's clean, the people are respectful, and the burgers actually look like hamburgers. I've gone to locations.
I don't think the killing is what most people would say is the worst part of the meat industry. Usually I think people take issue with the horrible conditions of life or meat livestock.
Yes, that is usually the case. I guess if the killings are done in a like a way that's painful, like overly painful to the animals, maybe they'd have a problem with that. But yeah, it's usually like making them live in a small space, like covered in shit, like that kind of stuff.
In other places where
that's why the free range thing is a thing,
resembles slop more than anything else. And the fries are all soggy, or they're too crispy, or they accidentally dump 10 times the salt on them or something like that. And you get all these mistakes and the people are rude and shit. Yeah, in the Rutland one, it's actually good. So I've noticed that there are differentiations between specific locations. Some are run better than others. It's the same way with literally any kind of store. So one Walmart, the greeter's real grumpy. Another Walmart, the greeter's always cheerful. Looks like he's on ecstasy all the time or something. So I congratulate Steak and Shake. And by the way, here's another thing that I wanted to point out. I think that oftentimes we criticize corporations when they do bad things, which we should. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. But then at the same time, when they do something that's commendable, they don't get as much attention for it. I mean, I'm sure that there will be some people who are really happy about this. Maybe I'll check out a Steak and Shake. I'll get a burger and fries. Sounds good. I'm not in the mood for it right now, but I'll do when I am. I'll see if there are any in this area. I have absolutely no clue. I haven't seen any though, so the answer may very well be no. How sad. That's about all.
That's about all.
Peace out.
This one has an interesting title. I'm just gonna play it. We'll see where it goes.
All right, everyone. It's time for a happy 420. Yes, indeed. Adolf Hitler's birthday. And also Marijuana Day. Apparently, there was a group of students in California who would go out at 420 and they would smoke weed. And that was sort of their time. And then it just became a thing. Marijuana, let's talk about that first. I have no problem with marijuana. I've grown it. I've smoked a lot of it. I find it very, very fun to do so. The best thing is you smoke some marijuana and then you watch something you would normally find funny and it becomes 10 times funnier. Like I do soundboard pranks and stuff like that. I'll listen to the one where they have the respected gentleman rambling about using drugs and shit like that to some random Englishman. It's not exactly clear who it was. And when you're high and when you have some snacks, yeah, it becomes much, much more fun. That's the best thing to do. Make sure that you have food on hand before you get loaded. Pro tip for people who are tyros at using marijuana. Make sure that the food is already on tap before you decide to do that. You're gonna want a couple drinks, you're gonna want some snacks, maybe some SpaghettiOs or some shit like that. You're gonna want that on hand before you get high. Because once you get high, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to actually prepare it. Just saying, get a pile of grapes, get some soup, whatever the hell it happens to be, make sure that it's there beforehand. That's just a pro tip. It's a bro tip for those of you that have dicks. As far as Hitler goes, though, let's talk about Adolf Hitler. It's funny how Hitler is so uniquely despised that...
It's funny.
Any tale about him that is told, if you deny it in any way, because it lacks evidence in any functional purpose, you will be called a Nazi. I actually think that Hitler is a little bit like weed. Think about it this
This is an interesting comparison.
way.
Let's see.
There are people who are moralistic, and they really, really hate the idea of being inebriated on any substance. So they revile weed. They call it the devil's lettuce or something like that. There are still people that are that moralistic. I realize that most of us have moved beyond that, but there are still people who believe that. Then you have Hitler. If I deny that Hitler had a testicle removed, which is a claim that has been made, or I deny the existence of, deathly masturbation machines in concentration camps, I'm automatically a Nazi. Well, I mean, these are nonsensical claims that have absolutely no evidence behind them. But I'm still going to be reviled as a result of, understanding basic knowledge and the premise of reality. The same is true with marijuana. So Hitler is a little bit like pot. He probably would have smoked pot. By the way, there's a great documentary called Hi Hitler that was made, I think, in the early 2010s. And it talks about how Hitler was getting, injected with, liquid cocaine and shit like that every single morning. he was hopped up his fucking balls. This is why towards the end, he was all shaky and he couldn't even do the Sieg Heil. He could only, like, basically lift his hand. He was all fucked up. And then at night, he had to take boatloads of sedatives in order to get to sleep because he was developing insomnia as a result of the cocaine and shit that he was taking in the morning. His doctor prescribed him this weird fucking slurry. You can look this up for yourself. He was taking all sorts of fucking shit. Yeah, he was messed up. No wonder he got fucked up towards the end. Yeah, now, by the way, Hitler did survive the war. Do you know why we know this? Because the jawbone that was found by the Soviets
this is some
in the burn
conspiracy
pile
shit.
that they said was from Hitler, turns out it was actually a teenaged girl. Well, there were no Hitler remains
I think
there.
this is bullshit.
I wonder where he went. Could it be that he used one of the rat lines to go to South America, like, you know, a lot of other party leadership did? I think that it's probable. I think that he did survive into the 1950s. He may have been fucked up, but I think that the photographs that are purported to be of Hitler in Argentina, I believe that they are real. I believe that he lived until about 1954, which means he got to see all sorts of weird shit.
Why do you
after
believe
the war,
this?
Things rapidly transformed.
Why that date?
He was probably watching, you know, the Jetsons or something like that. It's entirely possible. I think that he survived. Yeah. He might have also smoked weed. It's entirely possible too. He probably should have. He probably should have used weed instead of the weird slurry that he was on because it fucking killed him in the end. And yeah, he was messed up. There's like a video of Hitler at the Olympics and he's, you know, rocking back and forth. And then you look at later footage of Hitler. Again, he can barely raise his goddamn arm. He should have smoked weed instead. Instead, he was getting a cocaine slurry. That probably wasn't the greatest idea in the world. And then, back to weed, I'd like to say, marijuana is fun. Marijuana is good. It's certainly better for you than alcohol. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. Alcohol will kill you. It has calories in it. It is highly inebriating. It's not good for you. Marijuana, meanwhile, if you vape it, it doesn't even have any tar or anything in it. It's just, yeah, okay, you took THC. There are also edibles available. Well, you're not smoking anything now, are you? I've never used an edible myself. I've just grown and smoked marijuana. Had quite a bit of it at one point. Durban Poison, you know, Northern Lights, all of the good strains, things like that. Yeah, I've used plenty of pot. Absolutely. I admit it openly. Some people say, oh, that's a blot on your character, Sticks. No, it's not a blot on your character at all. Lots of people use marijuana. More than half of the population has at least tried it, and a good 20-30% uses it on a fairly regular basis. About 10% of the population can't stop using it. Okay, at that point, you know, you're a little bit gone. But marijuana's not a problem. It's not a societal issue or anything like that. Most people have come around to this reality that marijuana is not a social ill. It's not a problem. People occasionally smoke a joint. Maybe they take a couple hits off of a blunt. Maybe they hit the bong. Who gives a shit? It doesn't make any sense to worry.
I go from disagreeing him to agreeing with him, like, kind of back and forth.
about it because they're going to do it anyway. So it should be legal, in my opinion, and it should remain legal as well. That's about all.
That's about all.
Peace out.
Peace out.
All right, everyone. It's time to talk about one of the keys to good health. Now, they're the obvious. Getting reasonable amounts of exercise. Having a healthy diet. Balanced. I agree with RFK Jr.'s inversion of the food pyramid, for example. I believe that is more healthy for people than the one that was used before. Hey, eat a whole loaf of Wonder Bread in a day. That'll keep you healthy, right? Yeah, get 1,500 empty calories without any nutritional value.
He does like to talk about nutrition
mildly,
a lot.
So, you're still deficient, but it's a little bit better. One of the keys to health, though, is to expose yourself to literal filth. Yes, indeed, this is especially
expose yourself to filth to be healthy.
Important for children. Kids eat dirt. They play with worms. They eat pebbles and shit like that.
I don't remember eating literal dirt. By the way, I'm trying to get to 80% during the stream. If you want to help me, use the Streamlabs link pinned in the chat.
Play with their asshole and shit. These things should not be discouraged. They should not be discouraged because exposing them to pathogens when they are very young will prevent them from being susceptible to those pathogens when they are older. It's called, prevention. It's just like if you get certain diseases, you can't get them again. Or you're very...
Yes, I do. I do have my Streamlabs pinned, but for some reason it hides it. If you refresh... Oh, it is my YouTube link, isn't it? Duh. I fucked up. My bad. Hold on. Thank you for letting me know. Sometimes YouTube hides it from me and I can't see it. And I have to refresh the browser to even see that it's there. My bad. I'll pin it now. God damn it. There. I am a stupid. Yeah, I don't always look at the chat. I just glanced at it now. My bad. My bad. It's pinned now. Thank you.
Unlikely to get them again. You get resistance or full immunity from those diseases. Well, just get it over with then. This is actually a concept that was started...
I wish I was drunk and had that as an excuse, but I'm not.
Long ago. They were actually, and George Washington engaged in this. I'll talk about that in a moment. They realized that farmers that had cows were not really susceptible to smallpox. They said, that's really odd. So they realized that they had all gotten cowpox, and none of them got smallpox. They said, well, this is great. So they took the pus from cowpox, and they would smear it on people. They would literally slice them and then smear it in the wound. Person gets cowpox. And then they couldn't get smallpox. They immunized the entire revolution.
And then instead of gender relations rant, we get a Hitler relations rant. Boo this imposter.
Boo this imposter.
The difference between me and you is that I'm gay. The difference between me and you is...
Army this way. It was ordered by George Washington himself. And it worked. Now, of course, there was a death rate, but it was much, much lower than smallpox. All right, we lost 1% of our men, but we retained a full third of our men. That seems like an even trade, baby. That's what they did. Filth. Garbage. I mean, look at the third world, for example. There are plenty of people that live in the undeveloped world. Lack of sanitation, lack of filtration of the water supply, substandard food hygiene, few regulations that are actually in the way of cooking and so forth. kitchen etiquette and so forth, and things like that. Are they all dead? No, they're not. They're perfectly healthy and thriving, doing perfectly fine. Interesting. Why is it that effete Westerners from the so-called first world can't handle these pathogens? I'll tell you exactly why. When you were brought up as a child, your home was probably sanitized up the ass. It was, sprayed with antiseptic and so forth. It was kept completely cleanly, nifty 50s mode. You never got exposed to some of those pathogens. And your mom told you, don't you play in the dirt, Jimmy, and stuff like that. Well, Jimmy should be playing in the dirt. He should be eating a cricket right now or something like that. That's a good thing. His body will build resistance. Look at soldiers out in the field, for example. Which ones fared better? The ones that were raised dirt poor, and so they were rolling around in mud and stuff like that. Or the ones that came from upper middle class, etiquette-bound backgrounds. Which ones did better?
Did I just hear someone laughing in the background?
Yeah, it was the rough and tumblers. It was the poor kids. They're the ones that did better. I'm very, very happy that I was raised poor. My immune system kicks ass, apparently, because, other than food poisoning, again, I haven't been sick in 6 years. That's abnormal, by the way. And I pound my body like, it's a war zone, basically.
Pound it how?
Abuse. The fact is that rolling around in the mud, eating weird shit, that apple, just scrape the mold off of it, it's perfectly fine. That's good for you. It's good for you because it may prevent something worse that comes later. It's a little bit of sickness is better than a lot of bit of sickness, right? Well, build up your immune system. Make sure you get your exercise and your, good food. Other than that, you can roll around in pig shit, basically. Yeah, just go out to the pigsty and roll around in it and laugh. It'll be fun, and you'll probably gain a better immune system. This is, by the way, the concept that is used in some cultures around the world. In some cultures, they don't look askance to that. They'll go and they'll bathe around piles of trash and shit like that. They still seem to be alive. Some of them get 80, 90 years old. Why didn't it kill them? I mean, I know that there are some people that are going to get sick. They'll get some illness or something. A lot of them, they're Westerners who go to these countries and aren't used to the pathogens. If anything, the best thing that you could do for example, your child, is to travel around the world and bathe them in sewage or something like that in every given country, so they're exposed to all the goddamn pathogens. It'd probably make them stronger. They'd be like goddamn Hercules or something like that at that point. Yeah, I was exposed to smallpox, polio, measles, rubella, typhoid fever, typhus. I would list them all, but it would take me all day. They've been exposed to everything already, so they're already immune, or resistant at the very least. That would do them good. Don't keep your kids from eating the dirt. Don't keep your kids from playing around with earthworms and crickets and shit like that.
And
don't
crickets.
keep your kids from eating a crumb off the floor. Oh,
no, I don't think... I don't think you should... I don't think that's good
Jimmy,
advice.
No, don't do that. Just smack him in the back of the head. Don't do that. It's good if they do that. Some parents won't even allow their children to, fucking pet the dog. Oh, no, the dog is dirty. The dog just licked itself. Oh, my God, you're going to get sick. Little Jimmy will thank you in the future for you not having told him not to do that. Let's put it that way. Sickness is caused by various pathogens. You can expose yourself to them in limited quantities, of course, especially when your immune system is at full peak. So when you're young, It's like teenagers that go swimming in the East River or something like that, and they go swimming with raw sewage. George Carlin did a little bit on that. Yeah, we used to swim among sewage. Good. Yes, you are fundamentally correct. That is how you build your immune system. You should encourage this behavior. Timmy, go swim in the septic tank. Yeah, you probably shouldn't go that far, but you get where I'm going. If they want to play around in the dirt and stuff like that, I was eating dirt when I was a kid. Yeah, I may have chewed on a pebble a couple of times on the playground. I was exposed to cat shit and stuff like that. I thank the Lord that I don't believe exists, that happened, because it made my immune system what it is today. You probably don't want to do this with a 2-year-old, but if your teenager says, "Hey, Ma, I'm going to go swim into the creek," don't flip out and say, no, the wastewater system empties into the creek. Who cares? So he sees a turd floating by. He's probably benefiting from this fact. He's basically swimming in soup. It's shit soup, but it's soup. Yeah, there are pathogens. Dude, there's pathogens in this room. It is kept very clean. It is not dirty. It is not cluttered. There's nothing wrong with it. But there are pathogens floating all around me. My body has an immune system for a reason. It's taken care of business. It's taken care of the problem. Again, there's a reason why I don't get sick. And you don't have to get sick too, or your children. Expose them to pathogens when they are young. Also pollen and things like that. Oh my God, Jimmy just shook that spruce tree. There's pollen all over him. Oh my God, he's gonna die. He's gonna die of an asthma attack. No, he's probably gonna be fine. In fact, it'll probably again do him well to get fucked in the nose by the pine tree. Which is exactly what's happening, which is actually hilarious when you think about it. Pathogens are not something to be avoided. They are something to be embraced. Because then your immune system is used to the pathogen, and then it can fight it more easily later. So you get a little sick now, but you won't get sick later, or you can wait until you're older and you don't have as much of an immune system, and then you can get fucked in the ass. It's basically your two choices. That's about all. Peace out. Alright everyone, it's time to talk about reality, hypocrisy, and pharmaceuticals, I suppose. How dareth thee, as that one woman once told me. Boomers will tell me, you should not use drugs. Every boomer either went to Woodstock or into the Vietnam War, and every single one of them was high. Either that or they went to Bible school. Maybe then they're just a boring square, so their opinion is completely irrelevant. The war on marijuana has fundamentally failed. It is legal in half the states in the United States. It's basically decriminalized in all the others for the most part. Nobody really cares. And there are so many goddamn stupid arguments. I was watching Reefer Madness the other night, and I was laughing my ass off. I had watched it once before, and I was high the first time I watched it. And I'm sitting there laughing my ass off because it's just so absurd. Yes, if you smoke marijuana, my friend, you will rape your girlfriend. You will crash your car, kill your friend, break the law in many ways, mug people, rob stores, and stupid stuff like that. That's not what marijuana tends to do. I realize that there is a problem with the dabbing bullshit. But that's basically like saying, okay, one person snorted a key bump of cocaine, and they got a little rush, and this other person smoked a pound of crack. They're not exactly the same.
I don't know if dabbing is like doing
Just
crack.
Saying. I've never used hard drugs, by the way, once in my life. I've only used, pot and certain psychedelics and stuff like that. That being said, marijuana is not the devil's lettuce. The idea of reefer madness, it's pure propaganda. basically, if you smoke a reefer, you're going to hell. And the funny part is, one of the modern complaints about weed is, well, weed back then was not as strong. These days, it's much stronger. Well, then why is it that almost 100 fucking years ago, long before weed was being, strain bred, why is it that they were already making that exact same kind of propaganda? Can you answer me that question? I would like to know the answer. I won't get a straight answer, but because you know that you're being disingenuous, but it would be nice anyway. The second complaint, well, it's a gateway drug. So weed itself isn't terrible, but it makes you use heroin. And that's, you don't want to do that. It makes you use crack cocaine. This is actually countervailed by modern scientific study, the kinds that are actually accurate, depending on the subject, saying that actually people often, they self-reported, they started using hard drugs. So they got PCP and they got hooked on that, or heroin or something, and marijuana was how they weaned off of it. That is that marijuana, in their case, largely was medicinal. It was suppressing nausea and other withdrawal symptoms. So yeah, it's correlated with hard drug use. It's just the hard drug came first. Very interesting. Then, they say, well, marijuana these days is so much more powerful. Again, as before, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, if the pot's more powerful, then you just have to smoke less of it. Well, it's more cost efficient. That makes sense, right? Otherwise, you're basically saying that people shouldn't be able to, self-administer because, otherwise there's a problem. Also, weed is good for cancer pain. It can allow people that are on chemotherapy, radiotherapy, actually keep a meal down. That's relatively helpful because if they don't eat, they're going to die. Now, I would think that would be at least medicinal. Trump came out 20 years ago in favor of medical marijuana. And it was funny because at the time, all the conservatives were still against it for the most part. Obama was raiding dispensaries in Montana and Idaho. They complained about it to the courts, actually, at the time. It was Obama that was doing that. It's interesting. The Democrats are the tough-on-crime party. Unless it's immigration crime, then they'll turn a blind eye. If it's an American citizen, though, they'll throw the book at them. Just look at Kamala or Biden's Tough on Crime Act of 1994. Weed is not the devil's lettuce. It makes no sense to declare it as such. Weed is not going to make you presumptive, unless you're smoking like a pound of it or something, is not going to make you crash your car. Hopefully someone around you has the sense to tell you not to drive because, you just smoked 3 joints or something like that. It's not going to make you rape people. That's not the way the weed works. People that haven't taken weed often have the strongest opinions on it, by the way. People that have never experienced it. So they don't know. It's a very innocuous, it's less intoxicating than alcohol, that's for sure. It's a gateway drug, yes indeed. It's a gateway to eating more food.
Okay.
Or sitting on
So
the
I find
couch.
myself agreeing with him sometimes.
Or getting more work done, depending on the strain, whether it's more sativa, more indica. It kind of depends. People don't understand that either. I hate it when people who are unknowledgeable about a subject decide to weigh in on it. In the case of marijuana, in my opinion, it should be fully legal. You should be able to grow it if you want, as long as you're not giving it to kids or administering it to someone in an unconsensual manner, and as long as there's no DUI or something like that involved, you should be able to wander around and smoke your joint all you want. I don't get the reefer madness sort of thing that I'm seeing. It's making sort of a return, and it's really discomforting because haven't we gotten past this?
No, there's several things. There's several things that we thought we had gotten past, and now, we have a more restrictive Christian nationalist government now. So,
aren't we more intelligent than people back from the 1930s? Haven't we, advanced with technology and philosophy and things like that? Don't we understand that the basic premise of somebody being able to mildly intoxicate themselves is something that the founders would have loved? They would have loved to have smoked weed. Yeah, I mean modern weed. They would have loved it. They would have loved some Northern Lights. They were drunk half the time. You think that they gave a shit about other intoxicants? I've got medical literature from the early 1800s talking about the thorn apple, datura, and how that was medicinal and useful. They used to use it, actually, its leaves, for asthma reduce. And, apparently it worked, actually. It causes the reversal of bronchodilation, if I remember correctly. It's an interesting subject, herbal medicine. Once you know more about it, you'll realize hemp is mentioned in multiple medical manuscripts. And by hemp, in the older parlance, they're talking about marijuana. They're not talking about hemp as in the kind you make rope from. That doesn't really have much THC.
It all comes from the same
you can smoke it
plants.
if you want, if you're really into it. But no, marijuana is not a scourge on society. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not an enemy of mankind or something like that. It's not causing a bunch of crimes. I know that they keep talking about, well, there are so many people that crash their cars and they have marijuana in their systems. Yeah, they could have smoked it 2 weeks ago and they'll still test positive. It had nothing to do with the car crash. Had nothing to do with it whatsoever. You test for alcohol. You'll find alcohol in more of the systems than marijuana anyway. They probably smoked a joint 3 days ago. I don't think that they're still high. If you can stay high for 3 days on one joint, damn, a lot of people are going to be buying that up as soon as they find out about its existence. The fact that you tested positive, since you can test positive for up to a month afterwards, means absolutely nothing. But they play it up in the media in order to demonize marijuana all the time. Oh my God, it's the devil's lettuce. They clutch their pearls. Oh my God, my little fainting violet. Anyway, now marijuana is not an enemy. It is a medicine. It is a mild intoxicant which is enjoyable in limited quantities. Of course, you shouldn't be just railing it all day, and I don't support dabbing. I think that that's retarded. It's also a waste. That being said, it should be legal. It should be completely deregulated. You should be able to grow it yourself.
It should be deregulated completely. Yeah. He's like an anarcho-capitalist or something.
You should be able to smoke it on your own property. I would say be able to smoke in public too. I personally don't find anything offensive about the smell of it. Sometimes I smell marijuana around. It's funny, sometimes it smells different. Sometimes it smells like a skunk, and sometimes it smells like fried chicken, and sometimes it smells like catnip or something like that. It's really weird. I'm assuming that it's different grades of marijuana. I don't know. I'm not particularly knowledgeable in that. I have grown weed before, though, admittedly. That's about all.
That's about all.
Peace out.
All right, here's another one. This is him talking about spicy food.
Alright everyone, it's time for an admonition. I want you to learn how to cook. Because a lot of people cannot even cook rice. Can barely microwave a burrito. This is not good. It means that you're getting a lot of hyper-processed food, generally speaking. It also means that you're spending more money. And that's really a thing these days. Spending money? Yeah, what money? Let me check my wallet. There's a couple of moths in there. Oh, I've got $1. I can get a peppermint patty, I suppose.
A York peppermint patty? That's delicious.
That's sort of how the economy is working right now. If you can learn...
Anybody want to start a tip train? Help me out here, get a little closer to the ghoul? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks in advance.
How to grow and cook your own food. Oh man, you'll save money hand over fist. It'll be great. And it'll be tastier. And it'll be more nutritious. And it'll be better in every possible sense of the word. You'll have more vitamins and minerals in that if you prepare it fresh. Here's how to cook. The first tip that I can give you, and I cook often. I've cooked many meals. I'm the son of a chef. I didn't know that I could cook until more recently in life. I was already in my 30s. But since then, I've been cooking up a storm.
I don't know if cooking ability
soups,
is genetic.
I make roasts, I make casseroles, I make all sorts of stuff. I can cook Mexican food, like a real Mexican, because I learned from real Mexicans. Thank you very much. I can cook Asian food, taught by Asians, so I can actually make it authentic. It's not pile of shit like gringo, food from Mexico or Asia, and so on forth. I'd like to learn more about Irish cuisine because I really like peas and cabbage. That would be something, that's one of my life goals, I suppose. I can't get enough of cabbage. Honestly, boil it with some vinegar and salt and butter, and you go to town. That's good enough for me. I'll just quarter it and pile it in. But the first thing, as a tip that I would offer, pre-prepping. Prepare anything that can be prepared before you begin actually cooking. So let's say that you know that you need to chop up vegetables. Chop the fucking vegetables up and put them in a container according to when you're going to, let's say that you're sauteing, let's say you're making mirepoix. Mirepoix, by the way, is the basis for most of the soups that have ever been made. It's celery, carrots, and onion. Well, you're going to want to chop all of those up. You pile them together because you're going to be sauteing them. So, one step is completely done. Mix your broth before you make the soup. So, make sure that that is made up beforehand. Another tip, and this is important especially for soups, do not over-salt to begin with. Some people like a lot of salt in their food, but some people like it more on the light salt side. I'm somewhere in the middle, I suppose. I like it a little bit lighter, maybe, but it kind of depends on the dish. Make sure to go light on it.
He talks
first,
about food a lot.
and then let it absorb, and that's another thing I'll cover. Let it absorb like into the mirepoix, which you should be sauteing in my opinion. You can do what you want. You can use oil, butter, or do what I do and use both. I melt them in together and use both when I'm making
buttery
mirepoix.
oil.
It improves the flavor. I've noticed that it improves the flavor of the entire soup, actually. And you can put various herbs in there, like if I'm cooking onion, I tend to use a little bit of tarragon, simply because it smells good. That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do really with flavor, because it sort of gets cooked out. But it smells good while you're cooking it, so it's all good.
He was just talking about raw
this is
milk
just for
earlier.
Soup, by the way.
He went from whole
We're
milk
just talking
to raw
about
milk.
a basic bitch soup. Now, once it's come up to the boil, and so you can put whatever you want in it, really. Vegetables, you could put meatballs
He'll be eating
in
a
it
lot
if
of
you
soup
wanted
if
to.
more of his teeth
You can do
fall
whatever
out.
you want. And you can use whatever kind of broth you want as well. You can make your own. There's bouillon cubes. There's jarred bouillon. You can make your own, broth. You can stew off like a chicken carcass. Make chicken broth. You can do all of these things. That's another point. Experimentation within cooking. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. That's my best advice. I've got so many recipes. I've thought about making a cookbook. It's just that I don't have the photographic skills in order to do that. My photography is a little bit lacking, I'm sad to say. Yeah, so here's a picture of the food. Yeah, it looks like shit, but it tasted really good. Another thing, wanted to rant briefly about spicy foods. Because I've noticed there is a vast difference between what people conceive of as spicy. I took the one chip challenge. That's 1.7 million Scoville units. That's like 5 times hotter than a habanero, just to be clear.
I learned about
and
Scoville
it was hot. It
units
made my
from
mouth
Egghead.
bleed, actually. Which is hysterical. I didn't even notice it at first because I was too busy suffering to actually
How
look
does
at
a
the
hot
camera
pepper
feed, so I
make
didn't
your
notice
mouth
that there
bleed? How does that work?
was a blood dripping down my lip. That was a
How
funny
does a pepper make your mouth bleed? I've seen people eat really hot peppers and it just like messes them up, like, you know, makes their eyes water and snot and stuff like that. It doesn't normally make them bleed.
Hey, I did manage to do the one chip challenge though, which by the way gives me extreme pride. Ad Victoriam, I have extreme pride because it's hotter than anything that my dad ever ate. And my dad was always the one where I was like astonished as a kid because he would take habaneros out of the jar and he would just be eating them like candy. So I was always impressed by that. Well, Dad, I one-upped you. Ha ha ha. Just that once. Just that once I was taking the one chip challenge. I'm not doing it again. Let me tell you, the heat and the... Ha ha ha.
His little... He did a fake laugh. Ha ha ha. And then he was like...
Just that once. Just that once I was taking the one chip challenge. I'm not doing it again. Well, Dad, I one-upped you. Ha ha ha. Just that once. Just that once I was taking the one chip challenge. I'm not doing it again. Let me tell you, the heat in the mouth is not nearly as bad as the heat in the belly. You definitely want milk on hand for when the challenge is over. A lot of people won't be able to make it. Most people don't. As far as spicy food, I've noticed that some people conceive of food that's relatively mild as being extremely spicy. And I fucking hate it. When Anglo-Saxons attempt to make spicy foods.
Yeah, I remember when I was in London and I had always heard about like, oh, the curry in London is so good. Like Indian curry became a big thing in London and it's just really good. And I've eaten a lot of Indian food throughout my time. There's a good amount of Indians that live out here, and their Indian food just seemed not as spicy as I would have thought. You know, like their Indian food was lacking in spice.
Normally fail. Like I had a tamale a few days ago. It was marketed as extra spicy. And my friend had tried one and swore up and down that it was really, really spicy. So I'm like, I'll be the judge of this shit. And, you know, pop it in, cook it, and then eat it. And it was competently made. But it wasn't spicy. It's like a 1 out of 10, dude. What are you talking about? Drizzle some jalapeno juice all over it, and maybe you can get it to a 2. I think that my spicy level meter is maybe, though, a little bit more warped than the average person after all of the crazy shit that I've eaten. So maybe you shouldn't take my advice on that one. You know, some people think that mayonnaise is spicy. Black pepper, oh my god, I'm gonna die. That's basically like the classic, like, swell white person meal. Turkey and mayonnaise, and I'm spicing it up tonight, Martha. A little bit of black pepper. Oh my god, I don't know if I can handle that. It's so funny when that happens. It's not a stereotype either, it's actually true for some people. That being said, though, with regards to cooking, you should learn how to cook. It's very simple. Here's another bit of advice. If you use Grok, or any other AI really, you can ask it for recipe ideas. Simply conjugate the kinds of things that you think would taste good together and ask for recipes based on that profile. one thing that's important.
Typical Grok user.
When you
Him and
do
Brett
that,
Keane.
when you ask AI for that, beforehand, the best thing to do is try to think about what the flavors would be like. This is what I do. This is why I can cook experimental food and it always comes out good anyway. Think about how the flavors of the different things presented in a certain manner would blend together. So, okay, I'm charring this, and this gets marinated. Those get combined. I'm sautéing off some other ingredients, add those, caramelize them, and then we have this drizzle, and we've got a side of rice. We're gonna, make it extra buttery. It's something like that. You've got to think about how things would taste. I don't know. Let me ask a question. Somebody tell me in the comments, please. Does anyone else have the tendency to be able to literally taste things by thinking about the ingredients that they're going to add to them and how they're going to cook them? Like if I think of, for example, roasted mango, I can taste it right now. I can literally taste roasted mango in my mouth and think about it in my mind. It's a tactile sensation, actually. I can literally taste it. I can think about the taste of coffee. I can think about the taste of Brussels sprouts. Boiled Brussels sprouts with butter and some salt. I can think about these things and I can actually taste them on my tongue. I don't know if the average person has that ability. I don't know, I've never asked it before. I have no clue if that's some special talent or anything like that. I don't know. But that's what I do. I think about how things are going to go together. Or, another tip, look at a recipe and then think about it. Think about, okay, and there's rice, there's tomato, and beans and stuff. Think about the different ingredients and the profile that it's going to build. Now, you're free to experiment with it. Let's say you're not a big garlic fan. Well, substitute something else. Maybe you add some scallions or something. Or you can use garlic powder. Sometimes I do that, by the way. There are some things that don't need fresh garlic. Onion. Let's say you don't like onion. Well, again, maybe you substitute leek. Maybe that's all right. Maybe you've never tried leek. Well, try it. Experiment. You're not a big fan of rice. Well, you could always use quinoa or something like that. I personally don't like it, by the way. I'm not a big fan. I would prefer the rice. But you can do this while you're cooking, as long as you've pre-prepped beforehand and gotten everything ready. So you got your cutting board, and you've chopped your vegetables up.
Vegetables.
Also, make sure not to cross-contaminate. Don't be like Meryl Howard Kalin and cut up a bunch of meat and then not clean the cutting board and then start cutting up the salad vegetables. I think there's a reason that he's dead. That's
he's got that funny laugh. Check this out. This is another video.
Alright everyone, it's time to talk about the myth of the autism spectrum. Yes, the autism spectrum. You've got Asperger's syndrome. So you've got some of the aspects that we have arbitrarily defined as a series of rainbow-colored sort of autistic labels. You have one or two of them, therefore you're Asperg. If you have more than that, then you've got full-blown autism. And of course, the differentiation between it impacting your life in a significantly negative manner and it not really impacting your life at all is blurred. There's no real delineation between the two of them. For example, technically, I've got Asperger's syndrome. I hate direct eye contact for prolonged periods of time. I can look in someone's eyes, but it makes me very, very uncomfortable when somebody gazes at me for excessive periods. It makes you look like a psycho, actually. So the fact that somebody has psycho eyes and the psycho stare makes me mentally ill? Me no think so. I do not believe that. Or what about the fact that I have some tactile phobias? Well, who cares?
What kind
I don't
of
like
tactile
touching
phobia?
dry, shifty paper and stuff like that in tissues with dry hands. That's a tactile thing. It has nothing to do with some mental disorder. Does it affect my life in any negative way? No, of course not. Okay, I would rather wet my fingers before I touch this printer paper. Who gives a shit? Yeah, it's a real big inconvenience to myself and to society. No, it's not. It takes 2 seconds. Nobody cares. I do not believe in the autism spectrum. You either are autistic, in which case you have multiple disorders which overlap under this general umbrella, and they cause negative effects in your life. So they are crippling, they prevent you from meaningful social interaction, maybe they prevent you from obtaining employment, maybe they obtain you from being comfortable or happy in your life, or something like that. Okay, I can understand that. That's not a spectrum. That's called you're mentally ill.
Oh my God.
You have a mental illness. And the idea of a spectrum, okay, why don't you break this up into different sub-disorders? That would make more sense. So, for example, isolating oneself and not...
Someone with no education or experience treating people with mental illness is telling us how we should diagnose the autism, or autism in general.
Liking eye contact and stuff. Okay, you're avoidant. Well, you don't need to put that on a spectrum. You're avoidant. That's just what you are. You have tactile problems and, you need to tap every corner of your room 40 times before you can go to sleep. Okay, you've got OCD. That's already a recognized... That's not on a spectrum. It doesn't make any sense. They keep inventing more and more and more disorders over time, and they're doing this for a reason. It's just like with ADHD. Take that for example. I've been diagnosed with ADHD. I proudly wear that moniker. I don't give a fuck. It means nothing to me. I'm also a little bit on the oppositional defiant side. You may have noticed this before.
Ah, well, there we have it with right there.
With regards to ADHD, they started labeling kids with ADHD constantly. All of a sudden, this disorder just proliferated from a handful of people to being most of the population. Why? Schools get money for IEPs. Shh, don't tell nobody. No, the schools get money for schooling kids that have disorders.
Oh, he's saying it's like a conspiracy.
If they've been diagnosed with ADHD, they get more money.
He's saying it's a conspiracy of some sort.
And parents...
That's why they diagnose it more.
These soccer mom parents, it's usually the mother. Let's just get this out of the way. It's usually the mother. They think that Jimmy causes too many problems. Oh, I'm so sad. And they'll go and talk to their friends. And then one friend say, oh, just take us to the psychiatrist. We'll get him some pills. And the school's happy about this, by the way. Or they'll brag to their friends. Well, he's just different. He's an indigo child. He's a rainbow child, a crystal starseed, or some bullshit like that. Some hippie trippy fucking bullshit. No, your child's not an indigo child. Your child is just different. They have their own unique personality. That's the only difference at all. Should be celebrated. It shouldn't be excoriated. Like, look at me. I'll use myself as usual as an anecdote. I'm in school, right? I am smarter than all of the other kids in the class when it comes to the material. What takes them 40 minutes to do takes me 4 minutes to do. Okay? Especially with math. And I don't even fucking like math. I hate math. I don't want to have to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, let alone do all of this x equals y plus z bullshit. I'm not interested in it, but I was good at it. So I would get that done within 4 or 5 minutes. What am I supposed to do? I'm a young kid, okay? Young kids, really, they should be running around in the woods, playing with sticks, rolling in the mud.
Playing with sticks.
Chasing animals and doing stuff like that. That's what our biology ingrains into us.
Was he diagnosed or something, and that's why he's saying all this?
We're supposed to be wild at that age. But instead, you want me to sit at this uncomfortable chair, twiddling my thumbs with nothing to do? Yeah, that's going to work really well. I'm sure that I'll be totally calm. No, then, if anything, I'll give him credit for one thing. It helped me to develop what became my literature. The mad cards predate sickness and hell. Alright? So, alright, I'll give Dolphinbrook credit for one thing. Literally only one. Because that's the only thing they deserve credit for. Thank you! You helped make morbid stories a reality! I'm sure that the principal would be very, very happy about that. I wonder if any of those people know about the things that I've been up to since then. That would be really, really funny. Oh man, that would make me laugh so hard. If any of them ever contacted me and said, I remember you from my class, oh, I would lose it. I'd probably die of a heart attack laughing so hard, honestly. The fact is that fad mental illness is a thing. Right now it's autism spectrum, which does not exist. It was ADHD, and they've had others as well, Well, you're not schizophrenic. You've just got schizoid tendencies. What does that mean? Okay, the person's a bit odd. Aren't we all? If a rich person acts like that, they're simply called eccentric. Oh, look at that eccentric millionaire showing his willy to people on the street. Ha ha, isn't that funny? But then there's that creepazoid over there with the trench coat on. He's showing his willy to people on the street, and he's smoking crack at the same time. That's a little bit different now, isn't it? People judge differently also based on socioeconomics. You will note that there is a strong correlation between diagnoses of considerable mental illness, so not just a little oddity, considerable mental illness, and poverty. You may notice this. I would love a detailed statistical study of this. Why is it that kids that are from poor families are more often taken away from home? Is it because the poor are more abusive, wrong, bad, perverted and evil, violent? Be interesting to see the Psychiatric Association make that particular judgment. It would be very interesting to see that paper and how well it goes over. Now, it's a pile of bullshit is what it is. There is no autism spectrum. I don't like it when people stare directly at me. It's fucking creepy. It creeps me out. That's just me. It's like some people, they're creeped out by spiders. Personally, I have no problem with them. Like that time that spider almost as big as my hand dropped onto my shoulder down in Florida. And then I moved forward and it thumped on the ground. It sounded like a kiwi had hit the floor. That was a little bit odd, but I'm not afraid of them. But let's say that I was. How is that any different from not liking people staring directly at you because you find it creepy? It's not a disorder. It's just, hey, I'm going to look off to the side some of the time when you're talking to me. If you're looking directly in my eyes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or avoidant or anything. I just don't like that particular gaze. And if somebody has the crazy eyes, then I'm going to look off the entire time. I've dated a few people with crazy eyes. Trust me, it's not a good idea. Dudes out there.
I've dated a few people with crazy eyes.
This is not a mythology. It is the truth. It'll be good in bed, but it won't be good anywhere else. If I don't like certain tactile senses, it doesn't bother anyone.
Yeah, he thinks he knows a lot about everything, but I don't think he's actually an expert on anything. He used to look a lot different. You go to his channel and look at him like 4 years ago. He looks very different. He fell on hard times. Like a while back, he was living in the Netherlands. He had like an attractive wife and everything. And somehow that fell apart. And eventually, like, he went to jail for a while and got bailed out by Jeremy from the Quartering. And now he lives in this room. I don't know if he just rents a room or if he's living with his parents or what's
Doesn't
going
matter.
on.
I mean, if it impeded my ability to do a basic task or something like that.
So we're at 75%. If we can get to 80%, that would be amazing.
That would be that would be a problem. It would be something that holds you back. But otherwise, it doesn't make any difference at all in the day-to-day life. Oh my God, I'm afraid of sheets of paper. No, it's just I'm going to wet my fingers a little bit before I peel one off. That's all I have to do. That's not a big problem. And it's certainly not a disorder. It's not the same as seeing hallucinations all day or painting your poo on the wall. I mean, you can do that too. That's not necessarily a disorder. You remember that one chick that painted Jesus Christ with elephant shit that one time and how controversial...
I don't remember that, but...
that was back in the 2000s? I can remember that. That was around the same time that the dude put a cross in a jar of his own piss and presented it as an art exhibit. That was famous too. Very, very strange times. I think that people went a little bit cuckoo. More cuckoo than me. That's saying something. So yeah, I do not believe in the autism spectrum bullshit. It's like, oh, you're avoidant of personal situations. You're avoidant of social situations. You don't like prolonged eye contact. These are not disorders. And they don't always, there's no spectrum. These are totally different things. What the fuck do they even have in common with one another? Other than sometimes they overlap in a particular prognosis. Well, no shit. That's like saying that the schizophrenic might be afraid of centipedes. That doesn't mean that they're part of the same goddamn disorder. They're afraid of centipedes, and they happen to be schizophrenic. Those don't necessarily correlate in any meaningful sense at all, now do they? It's as simple as, my friend. The fact is, correlation does not equal causation, is what I'm saying to you. Autism spectrum, yeah. Well, let's say, for example, I guess I'm on the spectrum according to these morons, because I don't like prolonged eye contact. I also don't like enclosed spaces. I'm claustrophobic. Does that mean that claustrophobia is now part of the autism spectrum? Because some people that happen to be supposedly on the spectrum also have claustrophobia? Well, you can make that claim, but then eventually the autism spectrum is anything society deems to be aberrant in some case. To be abnormal. To be odd. And not necessarily, deleterious or problematic, just different. So basically being on the autism spectrum means that you're a little bit different from the average person. We all are. Everyone has, unless you are the most boring dullard in the fucking goddamn world that literally conforms to every societal norm, which is, by the way, impossible to do anyway because you die or get arrested. If you were to conform to every societal norm and stuff like that, I guess you could escape the label. Everyone else is on the spectrum, so guess what? We're all autistic. Does that mean I can get disability money? Let me ask. Oh wait, no, the government's not going to go that far. They're not going to actually help you out with your supposed racking disability. Your terrible, terrible disability. They're not going to help you out with that. Just look at what they do with IEPs when you hit senior year. Oh, you will be surprised. Your disabled child, all of a sudden, is cured. They're no longer disabled at all. They were in disabled programs, but now they don't qualify for any state money. I'm so sad to say, his ADHD, which was profound before, suddenly disappeared. It's almost like when people get a bit older, that kind of behavior tends to start to dry up a little bit and get displaced with other forms of behavior that are more societally acceptable. Wow! What a surprise. What a surprise. That's about all. Peace out.
That's about all. That's about all. All right. I am going to do a quick bathroom run. I will be back in just a moment here. All right. Now we're going to check out some emo Howlingwolf. Looks like he's using Rumble Studio.
All right, let's see if we can get our camera set.
The usual emo stream at the beginning, he has to like, all right, let me figure this out here.
Shall we? All right, so how's everybody doing today? Have we got sound in this motherfucker or not? So, yeah, no more broadcasting with XSplit for a while because this hard drive and this computer is failing and it won't run XSplit anymore because the hard drive is a piece of shit. Okay? So because the hard drive is a piece of shit, I can't run XSplit anymore on this computer till I put another fucking hard drive in it because it's a piece of shit. Okay? Alright? Let me make sure we're even fucking live. Alright, so we're live. Alright, good. So again, we're going to talk about the government and how they're fucking over the poor people of the United States again. Shall we talk about this, shall we? Shall we talk about it, people? Shall we?
Some emo videos are not the greatest, and then some are gold.
We talk about...
Let's see. He doesn't seem mad here, so that's part of the problem.
Because this is the one
So what, he's recording a screen? What is he?
That's the key word there. Yeah, we don't want all these older vehicles on the road anymore. A van lady died because we all know the one you got now is a piece of shit because all you do on your channel is bitch about it, right? Yeah, see? So the government doesn't want you.
I'm gonna use it. So emo's filming this band at some park. They're playing Boys of Summer. Alright. Emo filmed this. Alright.
Alrighty, so I had this worthless fagoot tell me that I'm too soft for YouTube. No, I'm not too soft for YouTube, maggot. When I said Ernie Chrysler wasn't funny, I had the right to say that Ernie Chrysler wasn't funny. When I said Grampy Lobster wasn't funny, I had the right to say that Grampy Lobster wasn't funny. When those guys were stealing my videos, I had the right to say that it's deft.
He can't say theft. He says deft.
When I defended myself against the Drunken Peasants, I had the right to defend myself and tell Ben that he's a worthless fucking punk and a worthless fucking thief. I'm not too soft.
Wow, emo. How could you say that? My feelings are hurt now, sir.
For YouTube, fagoot. Okay? Yeah, I'm deliberately pronouncing that a little bit different for the algorithm. Don't tell me I was too soft because I chose to defend myself.
You're too soft.
I only attack those who attack me first.
You're too soft, emo.
Ernie Chrysler attacked me first, then I went after him. Plantation Man attacked me first, then I went after him.
Plantation Man, that's literally like a racist nickname that he gave a black guy.
Andrew Brain attacked me first, then I went after him. Gary Snowflake attacked me first, then I went after Gary Snowflake. See how that works? Don't tell me I'm too fucking soft because I called them low-life fag goots, fucking thieves, fucking no talent, worthless fucking scumbags that they are. Hallelujah. Don't tell me I'm too soft. All the pussies on YouTube that say, oh, this guy over here's talking about me, but I'll pretend it doesn't happen. No, I had a right to stand up for myself. I had a right to express myself, and I have a right to be on goddamn YouTube. So don't tell me to get off of YouTube because I'm too fucking soft. I have every right to be here. Okay? Every right to be here, you worthless fagoot.
This isn't a gold video, but it's good because he's mad.
Well, ignore the trolls and just let them walk all over you. No, I won't let the trolls walk all over me. That's why I tell them off every time they do the things that they do. When they steal my shit, I tell them off. Because I'm not going to just say, oh, it's a troll. Just ignore it. Don't play the game at all. Don't get involved. Let the trolls destroy your reputation, emo, and don't say anything about it. Wrong. When they lie, I'm gonna defend myself against their faggot lies.
Wow. You said the word,
Do you understand that? So don't tell me I'm too fucking soft for YouTube, punk. Worthless fucking punk. I had every right to defend myself on this platform. Every fucking right to defend myself. So all these people that say, oh, these people can talk bad about me and I don't give a fuck what I say, they're the pussies because they're letting people walk all over them and treat them like shit. No, when you walk all over me and treat me like shit, I'm gonna come on YouTube and bitch about it. When you steal my content and repost it, I'm gonna call you a fucking thief.
A thief.
When you wanna mess with emo's real fucking life, but yet you wanna sit in your mama's basement and not give me your fucking address, or show us what your house looks like. You wanna make fun of what other people's houses look like, but you can't go on camera and show where you live.
I don't know what your house looks like.
Show your docs. But everybody's trying to, for 3 fucking years, has been trying to figure out where emo is, so he can fuck with his real life. You like fucking...
I don't really care where you are. I just like laughing at your videos. Because you freak out, you have, like, no control over your temper, and it's amusing to me. That's the main thing. I don't want to mess with your real life.
Funny to fuck with people's real lives.
Nope.
Then let's see your docs, motherfucker. Come on, Ben. Give me your docs so I can come down there and punch you in the face.
Oh, my God. How about we meet up at Government Center, emo? Emo, I'll meet you somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where I live, but if you want to meet up somewhere, let's do it. I don't think emo could make it all the way out here. I don't think emo has the capability of making it out here. Let's meet up in Seattle, emo, and you can try to do whatever you want. How about that? I said, Emo, come on. You want to come to where I am? Let's meet up in Seattle. Toledo is not the halfway point. Toledo is way closer to Emo than me. It's not halfway at all. I think maybe like Wisconsin is maybe halfway. Something like that. Chicago. No, I'm not. No, he said he wanted to come to where I am. So yeah, come to Seattle, Emo.
Come on, Plantation Man, give me your dock so I can punch you in the face. Come on, Andrew Brain, give me your fucking dock so I can punch you in the face. But no, Ernie Chrysler, give me your fucking dock so I can come punch you in the face.
I mean, I don't want your docs, and I wouldn't come to your house. So you just sound like a crazy person right now. But sure, I'll tell you where I am. I won't even pull a Gary Snowflake. I'll show up. So let's go, Emo.
No, all these fucking guys want to sit in their motherfucking basement. They're the motherfuckers.
Why does it matter if it's a basement? I don't understand this.
Cowards that want to come on here and run their cocksuckers, but they can't put their docks on the line, can they?
I don't want. See, this is weird. I've never been like, let's find Emo's docs and go to it. Like, I've never said that.
Hey. So don't tell me I'm too fucking soft for YouTube, piece of shit. Piece of fucking...
You're too soft for YouTube, Emo. You're too sensitive. Get off the platform.
Faggoty shit. Just because you let people walk all over you doesn't mean I'm gonna sit here and let people walk all over the fuck me. No. Ben is a thief. Plantation Man is a thief. Andrew Brain is a thief. Ernie Chrysler's a thief. Grampy Lobster was a thief.
There was a mass shooting. Well, it was a gang-related shooting. It wasn't a random shooting, but innocent people got hit. In Toledo at the Old West End Festival yesterday.
Gary Snowflake was a thief. Yeah. Don't tell me I'm too fucking soft for YouTube. So the person who left me that fucking comment, send it spin. Better yet, give me your doc, motherfucker, so I can come and rearrange your fucking face. I'll show you how fucking soft I am, pussy.
You're soft.
But you'll sit there and you'll hide in your mother's basement.
You're very soft.
And you'll make your little fat gay comment. And you'll never give me your fucking address, you wrote this fucking piece of shit. Because you're the one that's too soft for YouTube. Because you can't put your house out there. You can't put your docs out there. But you sure as hell want to know Emo's docs. You sure as hell want to talk about what Emo's house looks like. But you're too much of a fucking pussy and too fucking soft to show everybody what your place looks like. You like going real life on people? Well, why don't you put your real fucking docs out there? Huh, Ben? So I can come and rearrange your face.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't. Let's do it. Let's do it. Someone let Emo know. I've agreed to it. I'll tell him where to meet up. Let's make it happen, Emo.
Why don't the rest of the faggoot trolls put their real information out there so I can come and rearrange your fucking face?
You wouldn't do shit.
So if anybody's too soft for YouTube, it's your fucking... It's you.
He's so buttered.
Pussies. Not me. You're the fucking pussies that can't fucking handle it. Because not one of my trolls has the balls enough to give me their motherfucking docs. Not one of my fucking trolls has the balls to say, Emo, come on down.
Come on down,
and that
Emo.
makes you too soft for YouTube. That makes you the fucking coward in your mother's faggoty fucking basement. Wearing one of her dresses in your mama's basement.
Hold on, you wear a skirt, Emo. We've seen you wear a pink skirt. In fact, I've seen you wear this exact outfit a lot.
That makes you the fucking faggot. That makes you the fucking worthless fucking
He's so butthurt.
Punk that's too soft for YouTube. Not me.
He's really offended by being called too soft for YouTube.
Every right to defend myself on this channel, and people took a walk because they couldn't handle it. Emo was sticking up for himself. I wasn't gonna let Gary Snowflake run it. Oh, what was I supposed to do? Just let Ernie Chrysler run his mouth all the time and not be unopposed? Was I supposed to let Plantation Man run his fucking mouth all the time unopposed and just sit here and not say anything? Was I supposed to sit here and let Gary the faggot Snowflake just sit here and run his mouth unopposed? No, I had every motherfucking right to defend myself. And it's about time you motherfuckers know it. So don't tell me I'm too fucking soft for YouTube. So you know what? Fuck you. Better yet, suck it right here.
Oh, I remember
Put it in your mouth. Okay? And start sucking.
Oh my god.
Because that's what you're good for.
Okay, let's see.
I hit the wrong button.
See, that was a great video because he was butthurt about something.
Then how stupid of me! I hit the wrong button. All right, so back to what I was saying. When I came on YouTube, I used to support a lot of creators. I used to be one of those guys that were sub for sub. Okay? And
yeah, people don't
you
really
sub
do that
for
anymore.
me, I sub for you. But over the last few years is every time I sub to people and I start watching their content, I don't get the sub for sub response back. So like I was just showing in the other video when I hit the wrong button and booted the live stream. If you go into my browser history, all you'll see is YouTube icon, YouTube icon, YouTube icon, YouTube icon, YouTube icon, YouTube icon over and over and over and over again. And right now I got 4 different versions of fucking Opera open. And they look like this. Okay, this is what
It's got like
Opera
a
looks
billion
like right
fucking
now, okay?
tabs open or something.
Tab after tab after tab and tab after tab after tab of YouTube videos. These are motherfuckers I've been supporting for years by watching their content, giving them watch time hours, giving them viewership, supporting their fucking channels. And these assholes, not one of these assholes, will come to my channel and support my channel. I'm tired of sitting here 18, 19 hours a day. 18, 19 hours a day. You know, because there was a woman who just won like $6 million from Google because she's able to prove in a court of law that Google's fucking algorithm
I thought that's what he was
is
going to say.
designed, and this is what they want you to do, people. They want you to go on YouTube like this, and they want you to scroll like this all day long. See? They want you to scroll like this all day. They want you to be, they want like this, and they want you to scroll all fucking day. Video after video after video after fucking video after fucking video. Okay? And I didn't say with the people doing this all the time on their phones all day fucking long, okay, like this on the phone, okay, being addicted to Google, you know, when they're on the phone all day and all they're doing is just scrolling YouTube all fucking day long. That's basically the same shit I'm doing. Only instead of doing it on the fucking phone, I'm doing it like this. Video after video after video after video after video. Loaded browser after browser after browser. Sometimes I have so many goddamn browsers open that the fucking computer will say, "You're out of memory, emo. You got too much shit open." I ask you with all
because this is my economy of scroll back and forth 20 30.
He's going crazy.
Justin Emo Howlingwolf is on the third of fucking June is unsubbing everybody. Yep. Because I'm tired of being sub to people who are one way. People that don't support me. People who want me to watch their channel, but they can't give me the time of day and watch my channel.
Emo. Watch my channel.
No, I'm not talking about big-time channels here, because there are certain channels.
I want you to subscribe to my channel.
Have never darkened my door, and I can understand certain channels never darken my door because they have FSC Trucking, 89,000 subscribers. Gentry and Son, 1,038,000 subscribers. Vice Grip Garage, almost 2 million subscribers. See, people like that, I know Derek would never come to my channel. I know Scott Fezcheck would never, of FSC Trucking would come to my channel. I know Gentry and Son.
He's name dropping like G-Man right now.
Because these guys have big fucking channels. I can expect that. You know? Because they're big timers, they're big league channels, you know.
Bigly.
But I'm getting rid of all the auditors because none of the auditors support me. So why should I keep watching JC? And then I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody goes around and says, "Well, on YouTube, you only get 3 notifications." That's bullshit. How do I know that's bullshit? Because there's an auditor by the name of Press Harder. And all Press Harder does is put out video after video after video after video. And I timed it. One day, fucking Press Harder, the auditor Press Harder, put out 15 fucking videos in one day. And I got every one of those notifications. All 15 fucking notifications from Pressada. So don't tell me there's 3 and that's it, because that's a channel that I've been overloaded with lately. Okay? And that guy's got an attitude. I like his attitude. He gives it right to the cops. He tells the cops what he thinks of them.
He poops himself. All right. Let's skip to the middle and see.
I'm doing that lately because my anxiety is soaring through the fucking roof last night. Well, not last night, but in general, it's been soaring through the so I'm wearing gloves all the time again. I'm back to the point of where I'm afraid to touch things when I go out in public. But there's a new virus ramping up again.
and the stress of this whole fucking Social Security review and all that shit. You know, I had, and everybody's gonna say on a Sunday, yeah, on a Sunday I had to meet, yesterday on a Sunday I had to meet with Social Security's fucking psychiatrist, and he got me so fucking wound up. Then on the way home, right, you guys are gonna love this. This is how fucking stressed out I was yesterday. So I pull up to the thing and they go, "Welcome to Burger King. How can I take your order?" And I said, "Okay, I'll have the Texas Whopper, and I'll have it in a fucking large with a high C drink." And then I asked Mike what he wanted. He's like, I want a $5 duo with a fucking chicken sandwich and a fry. So he got the fucking duo. I get to the fucking drive up of Burger King. You're gonna love this. This is how wound for sound I was after this fucking meeting with Social Security. I get up to the fucking window. I whip out the credit card. I know this is my phone, but I whip out the credit card. I hand the woman the credit card. She says, she hands me back the credit card with the receipt. She hands me, now listen to the story now, I just told you what I ordered. She hands me the 2 high C drinks. So I take the 2 high C drinks from the window. I go put them over here to the middle console of the fucking car. She's like, "Would you like any crowns today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel like wearing a crown today, being silly." So I put one of their fucking McDonald's crowns, Burger King crowns on my head. She handed me the fucking crown. I put it on my head, and then guess what I did? I put the fucking truck in drive and drove off without the Texas Whopper meal deal, without Mike's 2 for $5 duo. And then the girl got confused because I drove off. So guess what they did to my order? They gave my order to the car behind me because I didn't wait for the food. I was that fucking wound up yesterday that I didn't even wait for the food.
Emo has anger management problems.
I will be loyal to them. But watching JC News over and over and over again, that's never been in my fucking channel. Watching Press Harder, which sends out over 10 notifications a day. So don't give me this, "Oh, there's only 3 notifications on YouTube." Then how come Press Harder can send over 10 of them a day? Okay? So, I'm not going to support the James Freemans. I'm not going to support the Eric Brandts. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm fucking... See you later, bye-bye. Because I've had it. That's the only way they can pay it off. Google just doesn't do this stuff on the whim. There's a backside. You know, everybody says there's 2 sides to the fucking 3 sides to a fucking story. Yeah. Well, one of the other 2 sides of the story that Google doesn't tell you every time they demonetize and delete a mass amount of channels is they don't tell you that one of the sides of the coin is the fucking truth that they got sued, and that's why they did it. They don't tell you that.
Okay. His frustration is noticeable here. He got mad talking to Social Security, and then it just snowballed from there. Yeah, but normally he wears a pink shirt and like a pink skirt. That's his usual wardrobe. But yeah, I've seen him in other stuff too. God, where's Diaper Boy? You know? Where's that Diaper Boy? Diaper Boy and Emo should hang out. Emo Prowling Wolf? Oh my god. Emo Prowling Wolf. He's staring through your windows at night. All right. Let's see. God. Shabisky's doing something lame as usual. But are we really surprised? Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Just doing something really quick here. So, yeah. I don't know. I wonder if we can get to 77% to keep the stream going. How much is that? It's not that much. $6.79. 83. Let's see. So $13.17. Can we get $13.17? Can we get it? Can we get the $13.17 before the timer runs out? Can we? Oh, holy shit. Got to reach the ghoul tomorrow. Because I don't think we're reaching it tonight unless something really flips. So, emo prowling wolf. I don't even know what you guys are talking about in the chat. Don't buy G-Man a Whopper, though. Right? Oh, damn. Oh, damn. See, it rubs off on you eventually. If you're constantly listening to Shabisky say, oh, damn, it's just, it just happens to you. It hits you. Like a ton of bricks. G-Man pays your bills. Right? I love the way he said it, too. G-Man pays your bills. I actually like that. That was the thing where Shani was like, she was like crying, begging for money early in the morning, and Rev was like sleeping, and it woke him up, and he came out and he's all grumpy. And he heard her talk about doing like a BJ video for money, and for some reason that made him very pissed off. He had it. If anybody wants to help continue the stream, we just need a total of $3.17 sent to the Streamlabs link that's in the chat down below. Yeah, that is sad. The only BJ Rev's ever gotten was from Shani, so. Those weird jagged teeth and shit. Oh. Hotel parking. I'm almost positive he got a hooker at some point. Because those conversations was like, he was trying to make something happen. I have not seen the pictures because I just have not been going into Discord. I've been taking a break. Actually, I may have glanced at them for a second. They're hideous, but, you know. No, I think he was, like, legit, like, getting a hook. He might have gotten a couple. Yeah, didn't they say there was, like, money missing or something, too, during that argument? Wasn't there, like, some unaccounted for money that was around the price of what the hooker was asking for in the DMs? I'll probably watch Masters of the Universe eventually. I'm trying to meet this goal, and I actually, on Tuesday and Wednesday, I got stuff
Fuck
to do.
Jared Genesis,
Oh,
that
thank
fat
you.
piece of shit. Fuck Jared
Dab
Genesis,
a
that
video.
fat piece of shit. Fuck Jared Genesis, that fat.
Thank you. Now we're getting even closer. We're getting even closer now. But yeah, I got things to do on Tuesday and Wednesday. I will more than likely not be streaming on those days. So I got to get this goal knocked out and then get to work on the next goal when I am done. Let's see. So we need about $9, $8.97. So da 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 dun 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 dun. Yeah, so we're really close. We're at exactly 76%. Five minutes. Well, about more like 6 minutes. So yeah, I guess Emo called me out. So now we got to meet up in we'll meet up in Occidental Park. Or Occidental Square, I guess you could call it. Occidental Square in Seattle, Washington. Let's do it, Emo. It's not government we don't have a government center though, so
Happy 6/7 Benjamin.
Oh, well, I go by the more logical calendar that the rest of the civilized world goes by, which means that the day of the week comes first and then the month and then the year, because it's in order of size. So, sorry, I think that date has already passed, according to the logical calendar. Or no, my bad. It's about to come. My bad. It has not yet passed. So it's actually not that day. Was the point. So it's actually it's actually 7/6/2026. All right, yeah, we're so close. Nah, you know the year usually. You shouldn't have to put the year first. The year lasts a whole year, so like usually you know what year it is, but what day is like it's only one day. So it's a little harder to know which day it is. No, the year should be last. It should be day first. It should be from smallest to biggest. You know, in also in most calendars, Monday is the first day of the week, but in the US and I think Japan, Sunday is the first day of the week and Saturday is the last day of the week. So the United States, Canada, Japan, most nations in North and South America make Sunday the first day of the week. But then, like, a lot of European countries, Germany, France, UK, China, Thailand, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Monday is the first day of the week on the calendar. I used to use SoundCloud, which is a German website, and when you would schedule when things would post, you had to like remember that when you looked at the calendar, Monday was the first day of the week instead of Sunday on the calendar. And it looks like Saturday is the first day of the week.
Ice Wallow Company.
Oh,
Ice Wallow
there you
Company.
go.
Ice Wallow Company.
Yeah.
Ice Wallow Company.
Thank you.
Ice Wallow Company. Ice Wallow Company. Ice Wallow Company. Ice Wallow Company. Ice.
All right. So thank you. We met the short-term ghoul. So now the show must go on.
Alright, I got my finger on the camera and I shouldn't be. Alright.
Oh, damn. Looks like we got some jewels coming through, too. Thank you.
I'm doing a little tablet stream tonight because I didn't feel like fucking around with the computer tonight. Alright, so I tried to send Lady Di a message, trying to fix her little audio issue she's got. I do suspect that the issue with Lady Di is this. I think her website permissions got changed. Because every time you make a hardware change, every time you install a new driver, every time you do an audio device, I think you're sometimes you gotta go into the browser and you gotta reset your audio settings because
I'm not sure what he's talking about. He's troubleshooting for old ladies on YouTube.
It might be trying to boot up the old driver that isn't there anymore. So
Emo's a computer expert.
Because she was having a hard time.
He's smarter than
live streaming
everybody,
tonight,
all right?
So
he's a genius.
Just to give everybody a little fucking idea what I'm talking about. When you're on your browser, you have this little icon right here. When you click on that icon,
it brings you down to all this shit. And then when you click on this, it brings you to your site settings, okay? And in here you can change.
I just heard Mike go in the background.
Show your site settings, your phone, and all that shit. So seeing that Lady Di put a new audio thing in last night, she might be having a problem where the browser is recognizing the old fucking old microphone driver is recognizing the. See there, I go put my hand in front of the mic. So what I think she has to do is go up here to settings and click on the icon and open this page up. And she might have to go in here and reset her StreamYard permissions to allow the mic to turn on. Because it could be a browser issue. She said she did an update on her computer last night, and now she's got no sound on StreamYard. So, I don't have a current mic on this computer, so I can't show you how to select it, but one of these boxes should be a mic, and you should be able to click on the thing over here, and then it will give you the drop down.
Should be able to click on
which mic you want to use in your computer. Okay, so, and if you still can't figure it out, and you think the browser is completely stuck, then you can say bucket and hit this button right here, and it will erase all your site permissions for StreamYards, and you can start again. So I don't know, but like I said, any browser you use to get into that page, when you got the StreamYard address up there at the top, to the left of it, that's the button to get into your site permissions. Go down here to site settings. Find your microphone wherever it would be. Try to select it. If it still decides to be an asshole and won't let you reselect it, then just fucking hit the reset button. Hit that button and it will reset all the permissions for StreamYard. Okay? So there you go. That's if you're using Chrome. Another browser I use all the time is over here. I use fucking Opera. See, this is Opera. Now on Opera, it's a lock icon. If I hit the lock icon, that's my site permissions in Opera is the lock icon. See?
People in the U.S. that were taught to say the month before the day will say it June 7th, but in other countries where they write the day of the week first, or the day of the month first, they'll say the 7th of June. So it depends on where you learned to say it. Drake, you need to do some traveling, Drake. You haven't been anywhere, too isolated. Driving your Japanese car around North America, that ain't shit.
Site settings. So on most browsers, the site setting thing on the website that you're on will be to the left of the HTTP, etc., etc., etc. Okay? That's where you can find it. Alright, so now that we figured that, now that I told Lady Di that, trying to put this tablet where I'm not gonna. Come on. Stop putting your finger over the camera, Justin. So, I think she's got a site issue problem. I think it's in the site settings. Okay? And every once in a while, you gotta delete cookies and restart your site settings again. So that's just the quick part of the video. Now, to get into the main point of the video of why I'm doing this is because I'm actually going to rename this live stream. It's going to be called Tit for Tat later. Okay?
Tit.
And the reason why I'm going to rename the
choice
live
of
stream
words,
and call it that is because
one of the things that I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 fucking years is shit like this. And I'm not doing it anymore. Shit like this. Are you ready?
Okay, so Red Eye, be honest. Do you say June 7th or do you say the 7th of June? Just wondering. Yes, you say it that way. You don't just write it that way, right? Yeah. Yep, okay.
Ready for this? All right, let's show fucking...
Goes in order from smallest to largest.
Opera browser again. See this? Tab after tab after tab after tab after tab after fucking tab of YouTube. Page after page after page after page after page. And then when I go into my history, all you see when I'm in my history, get it off my sock. When you go into my history, all you see is YouTube icons.
Yeah, they teach us to do it month, day, year for some reason. I have no idea. I have no idea why, but we do.
I'm tired of it. So, I'm getting to the point where I'm just... no, cancel that. No.
Oh, did he accidentally end? So this other person, is the other person just like a bot or something? I feel like the one person in the chat is just talking to themselves. And I'm always like, why do people do that? Like, they're not saying anything bad or anything. It's just like, you guys know who I'm talking about, right? There's someone that's just like talking and they're not saying anything that has anything to do with what I'm saying. It would be pointless to say the year first. The day is the most important thing. No, you're not a bot. That's not what I'm talking about. The other person. They just keep, like, saying things. It's crazy. I try to make sense of it. No, the year is the easiest to remember. The year is the easiest to remember. Because the year lasts for 365 days, for 12 months. So the year is the easiest to remember because it's the largest period. A day, it's easy to be like, oh, is this the 3rd or the 4th of this month? No, well, I mean, you do need to remember the year for certain things. But yeah, it comes last in the order because it's the least important thing out of those 3 numbers. The most important thing is what day it is. It's easier to mix up like what day like of the year it is than what month or what year it is. So it's good to put the day first. I would have to schedule certain posts for different things, and I'd have to. It was easier to type out, the full date, including the year. But yeah, it goes in order from like, yeah, you might forget what month it is. You're not going to forget what year it is. Maybe right. Sometimes at the very beginning of a new year, I'm trained to write the previous year. And then I remember like, oh no, we're in a new year now. But usually you know what year it is, unless you have some kind of cognitive problem. And then the month, yeah, maybe. I mean, you could get confused whether it's April or May or July or August or whatever. But normally you know what month it is. Usually. But the day, like, I mean, that one's the one that you're least likely to know. A lot of people just know it. They have like a calendar like burned into their brain. But for me, yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, what day is it? Well, yesterday was like the 3rd. Well, for some of you, it's the 8th, but for me, it's still the 7th. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, man, my back hurts. All right, I need to take a quick bathroom break and grab a cup of water. So I will be back in just a moment. had to run to the restroom. I got myself a little bit of water here. Thank you guys for being here. Just chilling. Should I watch a Chris Chan? I could watch a Chris Chan. The next episode would be episode 47. I guess we can do it. Tinkle time. Yeah. Tinkle time. All right. Hopefully we can get to 80% tonight.
What made her this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to skip this. Damn it, I'll have to cut it out later through the YouTube editor. It's been a little while.
On November 30th, 2015, Christine posted a photo of her bed on Facebook, commenting that a small part of the bedsheet sticking out appeared to look like a white cat, and found it amusing. On December 1st, she revealed that she would soon be selling customized amiibo figurines.
I need $26.74
and a Rosie made from
to get
leftover
to
tailless
80%.
Pikachu amiibos, whose tails were used in the creation of Chris's Sonichu figures. The following day, she notified her Facebook followers that she was not feeling well due to excessive sleep, dizziness, blankness, and off-centeredness. In the comments, she elaborated that she felt as if she were quote-unquote tripping, though she was not under any high-inducing drugs. Chris thought that her feelings were due to stress. Also on that day, she updated her followers via a YouTube video about her embargo against the local GameStops and other retailers from which she had been banned.
Hello everyone, slight update to the plan there. In addition to the embargo against the GameStop, Best Buy, and Simon Malls, we need to make sure that GameStop is well aware of this. And I'm not sure this is getting to the 1 to 4 stores address. So we need to go onto Facebook, look up the GameStop page, and message them, as well as posting onto their timeline, letting them know that this injustice must be undone.
What an
Should be
activist.
unbanned.
Getting behind a cause. Fighting the good fight.
She later revealed that she posted the video onto GameStop's official Facebook page, but it was soon removed. Chris interpreted this action as being ignored, and so encouraged her followers to spam share the video concerning her embargo to GameStop, because she felt that the game retailer was being unfair to autistic people and the LGBTQ community. On December 4th, Christine claimed over Facebook that after a week of placing vibrating eggs, usually meant for sexual stimulation, inside her bra and onto her breasts had naturally enlarged, and recommended this method coupled with some natural or RX estrogens. She later posted a video showing how she achieved growth with the help of vibrating eggs and estrogel, a topical estrogen cream usually used to treat symptoms of menopause, after being inspired by another YouTube user's progress using the same technology.
I'm going to show off among which I'm on the way of transitioning and being a transgender person, trans woman. I'll apply some estrogel. It goes, you rub it down here usually, all over. The tubes, it comes with a spatula.
So Christian did take HRT.
Little grooves on right there.
To some degree,
One
right?
there, that's the amount of space you want to put for the mount. So, I mark it with mark the inside end of my thumb and go from one end of the groove to the other. But yeah, after you get down there, you just rub it on there like butter on bread. No big deal. You do this once a night for up to 24 to 28 days out of the month, and then you take the 3 to 7 day break for the remaining days up until where you start up the routine again for the following month. And then on the second thing, I have actually confirmed plausible. the vibrating brazier, or at least what I did, I took a couple of remote control vibrating eggs. I tend to keep my shirt on, so I slip them about one right there.
This is so weird.
One
So
there, and
uncomfortable.
then I just turn them both on full blast. And I let that go on for about 15 to 30 minutes a day.
Crazy.
And I have found that after the first week of trying this, I have found a significant increase in my bust size. A little bit better than D, I'm sure, but I haven't used a measuring tape yet. But I have seen the difference in my shadow on the wall and just looking down upon them. And so even if it doesn't work out, it feels good, the vibrations there. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
On December 7th, Christine received a letter purported to be from Russ Rogerson, the corporate safety and loss prevention representative for GameStop, who informed her that instead of unbanning her from the 4 local GameStop establishments, he felt it more appropriate that she be banned from all the GameStops in the state of Virginia due to her continuous threats against the company. After some thorough analysis and research, members of the Kiwi Farms determined that the letter was most likely faked by a troll. Believing its veracity, Chris responded to it in a YouTube video posted later that day.
Good evening, fans. Apparently we finally have received a response from GameStop, but I just would like to go on record that if it turned out to be a prank from somebody in the mailroom of GameStop, possibly at the very least, then you need to tell me directly and what the deal is, because certainly being tired of being ignored.
Chris then recites the letter in its entirety.
And essentially the list has me banned from statewide. Everywhere in Virginia, all the GameStops in Virginia, essentially. Which, that just really pissed me off. Really pisses me off. But I did not mean anything threatening in my letter. Their interpretation was quite off. We need to step it up. Everybody, go to your local GameStops and bring up a sign of your own.
Nobody
and write on that, quote
nobody
unquote,
wants to do this.
GameStop. Bloody unfair to autistic people and lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transsexuals, and queer people. This will certainly be forwarded to the Human Rights Campaign, Autism Awareness, and the Better Business Bureau, among all places. Oh, and just to note, to take this to counter their attack, I have found and learned of a few other flaws in their plan, of which I am to quote, I have them written down, among which they apparently have banned a lot of people! Lots of people!
Yeah,
With
people
hardly
get
a
banned from
reason
stores. It does
other
happen.
than, I don't know Lord knows what. What is the bloody past memory in those people in that corporate office to turn them into such cruel, soulless, heartless, bleeding bastards? And among which, you know what they do to every last video game used or otherwise possibly new that they cannot sell? You know what they do? I have a mallet in my hand. This is a NES game of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Smash it! They destroyed those games! All my vintage brethren. Vintage gaming brethren. You want to see those vintage games once again. You don't want GameStop to destroy them. We must protest! Cancel any pre-orders! And certainly
trying to
do
sound
not use
like the
their
leader of a
online resources
revolution here.
for further purchases.
We must stand up against
And
the
if I
tyranny.
am imitating any accent, it is quite accidental and coincidental. but I mean it. They destroyed all the unsold games. Downright very bad, bloody bastards. Heartless, soulless. We stand amongst them, not only to get me unbanned statewide and everywhere, but to make them not so discriminative. Unfair to everybody, GameStop is. Oh, the Amiibo figures. Guess what? There's still Toys R Us. There's still Walmart. There's still Target. And guess what? $10 a piece or so for the Sonics and the Pikachu, among which there is eBay and Amazon. So, I am not haltered on my own creations, and henceforth, so the orders on Etsy will continue to be honored, very much so. Thank you very much. Have a good and safe day, and down with GameStop!
The next day, Christine posted on Facebook that she had been watching British TV shows such as Doctor Who, Keeping Up Appearances, and As Time Goes By, prompting Kiwi Farms members to deduce that this was the source of a recently morphing accent. On December 13th, Chris posted a video on YouTube wishing her followers a happy holiday season.
Hello everybody, it's Christine Chandler coming to you live from home again. Here's my cat, Lucy. Lucy is a pretty cat. Apparently Polo is an outside cat, so he's out by the gazebo right now. Anyway, I'm making this video today to wish y'all a happy holiday, and as under advisement, I'm making the suggestions of what y'all can do for me for gifts. I'll look into it. I'll make a short wish list on Amazon.com, but I also accept gift cards to, well, let's say
love the shirt.
For Walmart, Target, Food Lion, Toys R Us will be okay. Family Dollar, PetSmart, whatever. Anyway, we're okay. But cash should be greatly appreciated. I'll remind everybody of the donation listing on my shop on Etsy. I'll put a link under this video. So hopefully I'll get another big donation this time around, because I sure could, among which, use that money to help pay the bills around here. Plus also, yeah, I do have a court cost to pay after the incident near the end of last year, but that's a whole different story anyway. So anyway, once again, I want to wish everybody a happy, safe holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, be
Murray
safe.
Cribbit.
Especially when if y'all are traveling to go be with your family, or maybe even to adopt a new pet from the animal shelters. Yeah. I wonder how many children are getting new kitties and puppies and fishes this year. Yeah, I thought they'll be happy. Yeah. Now my little Lucy. Does Lucy love me too? Yeah. Oh, you want to get down? I'll let you go. Have a good, safe day. Thank you.
She then made a wish list on the merchant site Amazon.com, consisting of 53 items, which could be bought by other people and sent to her as a gift. The list largely featured DVD box sets of British TV shows, collections of the cartoon series Peanuts on VHS, and notably, a Megatron Transformers figure costing $210. 2 days later, Chris uploaded another video featuring her dancing to the song Sensual Seduction by rapper Snoop Dogg. The reason for the production of this video is uncertain. Just a few hours later, she uploaded another video in which she performs her own original parody of the Christmas song, 12 Days of Christmas.
Season's greetings and happy holidays, everybody. And I'm bearing a variation of a Christmas classic, the 12 Days of Christmas. But we'll skip the repetition and somebody else can put the singing parts with the tune. And so with that, on with the list. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me the instant classic, the Japanese transistor radio. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me the numerical alphabet. It looked like the number 2, but guess what? That is a capital Q in cursive. 2 to Q. And with the unanimous decision, my own mental head, 2 is officially a letter. And not only that, but between 2 and a 5,
2 is a letter now?
S and Z. And skip to the roundabout in the alphabet. 0 is an O, 1 an I, and an L. With the common link to number 7, that's also an L, but the number 7, with or without the cross, can still be the capital F. With that nonsense out of the way, on the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me free, fresh fish. I've got a fish. Would you like to make a wish? You got some fish? Now order a new side dish. Make a wish.
Chris continued to list what presents she received on each of the 12 days of Christmas, mostly told in her style of random axis humor.
And on 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 million yen and a big fat hen. 10 million yen and a big fat hen. 10 million yen and a big fat hen. A big fat hen.
10 million yen and a big
in the next few days before Christmas of 2015, but that's still to be determined. Donations are still greatly appreciated, and I still welcome more orders, figures, and everything. And up until Christmas Day, donations of $100 or greater get one additional figure of their choice, though I can't guarantee before Christmas delivery. Thank you. Have a good, safe day. Merry Christmas.
On December 18th, Christine uploaded another video in which she sings her own parodic take of the Christmas song, Jingle Bells.
Dashing through the trees, pumping vine to vine, over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on raindrops on leaves ring, making spirits
He doesn't
bright.
know,
What fun it is
does
to
not
sing
know
a
the
swinging
fucking
song
words at
tonight.
all.
Oh, jungle bells, Tarzan smells, George of the jungle, swinging through the forest vine to vine. Watch out for that tree, wham! Jungle bells, Tarzan smells, George of the jungle, swinging through the forest vine to vine. Watch out for that tree. Phew! Donations still appreciated very much, and continue ordering. Thank you. Have a good day.
On that same day, she uploaded a video in which she is seen outside playing around with a soccer ball. Even though the video was originally uploaded as unlisted, meaning that only people who possessed its URL link could view it, it was still leaked onto the Kiwi forums.
I don't know what the...
On December 21st, Chris posted on Facebook that upon checking her Amazon wishlist again, she discovered that all of the items she wanted others to buy for her had disappeared, thinking that all were bought by her fans and would eventually be delivered to her. She said that if she received more than one PlayStation 4 game console and camera, Chris would donate one to a children's charity. In addition, she further encouraged donations through her online store on Etsy. She later added a comment in which she asked for a pretty blue or red dress and listed off her measurements. All of her gift requests were in fact removed from her wishlist by low-effort trolls, or weens, by simply clicking on the Buying This Gift Elsewhere option on each item. She later felt that the reason for the removals was that she needed to add additional details, and so decided to remake her list again. On the 22nd, Christine added a new category on her Etsy store, personalized video recordings of holiday greetings to anyone who donated $50. She also advertised the offer in video form.
Hello, once again, Merry Christmas and all that rot. So we're one night in my home again, and yeah, I got a little Christmas tree. And my mom and I, we decorated recently. So that's delightful. Anyway, I'm making this video to inform everyone that up until the end of December 24th, with the $50 donation, I'll do a video request and shout out holiday greeting to anybody on my request. So it's like, here's a free sample. So here's a sample. Hello, Jane Doe. What you know? We're gonna have a holiday show. Santa coming around on the treetop tonight. Merry Christmas.
I'm really
and
getting
holidays.
into the Christmas spirit
So it's as simple as
of
that.
this video.
And also, another thing I have in my mind. Okay, well, yeah, in lack of having completed some versions of the song lyrics I parody with, so it's like you could do this. Da 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 da. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with lovely weather. Somebody can put that on the track and make it like I'm singing that one little line where it's a lovely weather.
She then references a video from the popular YouTube channel College Humor, in which entrepreneurial billionaire Donald Trump is mocked and reimagined as the Christmas character, the Grinch, for his recently launched campaign for the presidency of the United States.
But I did enjoy from College Humor recently. You're a mean one, Mr. Trump. You really ought to take a dump. Nobody likes you regardless of all that money, Mr. Trump. Given a choice between the three of you, the Trump, the Grinch, and the seasick crocodile, I'd still stick with the seasick crocodile. You sorry, Trump, I'm not voting for you, and I don't think anybody else will either.
People did.
On Christmas Day, she published her first holiday greeting on YouTube, dedicated to a Kiwi Farms member who had merely suggested to Chris that a sample greeting could drive up sales, but did not donate anything for the video effort.
Here is a special Christmas dedication to Karen Riley. Hello, Karen. You're looking fine. I saw your picture, and I do this video just for you. Didn't know me at 9? I don't know, I got Camptown Ladies stuck in my head right now. Oh well, let's do a song. Jungle bells, stars and smells, Georgia, the jungle, swinging through the forest, fine to find, watch out for that tree. Woo! But special holiday greetings to you, Karen. Hope you have a happy and safe one. May you get everything that you want. Thank you very much.
On December 26th, Christine posted an unfortunate update on Facebook. Update and announcement! I hesitated to inform everyone, but Lulu has suspended my account on their website because they considered my work fanfiction and were concerned on the copyright and all that This has been on for a couple of weeks. The last number of number 0 books I've shipped out over a week ago were the last I have been able to ship out, available to me. I have talked with the people of Lulu, and they are unreasonable and won't listen. Ugh! I'm working on finding another good publishing site and updating my book files along the way. Currently, I'm looking into publishing through CreateSpace and Amazon piggybacking on that. This has been a lot of headaches and stress upon me. As soon as possible, I will be able to catch up on the book orders. Meanwhile, I sincerely apologize for the delay, and I appreciate everyone's patience in this dilemma. I hate #Lulu.com for making me have to go through all of this worse stress and mental torture. The following day, she posted about a dream she had. I just woke up from a dream. I remembered a couple of fun things. Marty McFly was telling me I swallowed a strangler. I asked, how did he do that? He said, I stood there looking at the strangler, and I swallowed. The other thing was just a random thing. A woman said to her friend, you know who would be good in any musical? Irving Berlin. Have some more Z's to catch. Good night. On December 29th, Chris posted that she was feeling troubled over Lulu's removal of her Sonichu comics, and that she was still searching for alternative publishers. For those who had ordered a book, she wrote that she could not provide refunds, as she had bills to pay, and offered to send the buyers medallions or figurines instead of the books, with the prices of which reduced by the prices of the comics. Shortly after, Chris wrote another related post. I feel like asking if someone would go to Lulu.com's building and punching the executives there for causing all of this distress and upset upon me. Merp slurp me wop filkin g duop he cho. Her trollsome gal pal, Kim Wilson, commented that it would be illegal if customers requested a refund, and she refused to give them one. Her other Facebook friend, Kenneth Engelhart, stated that a workaround could be to make a new version of the Sonichu comics, with all the copyright-infringing content removed and or replaced, and offering that for purchase in its stead, while offering the original version for free. In a private conversation with Kiwi Farms member, Pickle Inspector, Christine elaborated that she wanted someone to find the head office and punch an executive into caring about her plight. However, she didn't mean that literally, because she was not thinking clearly, but felt like she would want to do that if she could. Chris further updated that she was feeling headaches, stresses, and was dizzy, out of focus, and hurt. Kim felt that her feelings were a symptom of being overweight, and recommended that Christine try to exercise more to get into shape. Kim further elaborated that she was not being insulting, but rather was expressing her concern over Chris's health problems, adding that the dizziness could also be a side effect of her excessive use of estrogel. On New Year's Eve, Christine wished her Facebook followers a Happy New Year, informing them that since she was still feeling woozy from recent stress, she was having a rest, and again noted that donations would be greatly appreciated. On January 1st, 2016, Christine posted gibberish on Facebook, asking if that were acceptable, since her mind was full of it lately, and in closing, wished everyone a slappy New Year. Later that day, she updated her video greeting option on Etsy to extend to birthdays, holidays, and other general greeting occasions. She revealed in the listing photographs that she had made several holiday greetings for customers, which were still on her YouTube channel for assumed anonymous buyers, unlisted and thusly unviewable to the wider public. In the description, Chris explained that the privacy status of the commissioned videos could be specified by the customers. On the 3rd, she asked if there were any developments in her protest against GameStop, linking to a YouTube video from user Master Cozy Fighter, featuring several Weens in front of a GameStop, pretending to protest on Christine's behalf.
GameStop, it's bloody unfair. GameStop, it's bloody unfair. GameSpot, GameStop, it's bloody unfair. GameStop, it's bloody unfair. They're biased against me, because I'm autistic. You know what made him Weston Chandler? They have banned him from all GameStops in the country, purely because he may...
On January 6th, Chris made a YouTube video hoping to attract contenders for a proposed lesbian slumber party at her house.
I remember this.
Hello, ladies. Once again, Christine Chandler coming to you live from home. Like a cat. I'm a cat and you have 2 cats. But that's not why I'm making this video. I am making this video because I would like to let y'all know about the lesbian slumber party that I am planning on. The date's not been set yet, but I am extending the invitations. So let me know that you would like to attend to my Night Christine email address listed below this video. And we can have a night of fun and frivolous activities. And the application is open to all straight, lesbian, and bisexual women. So come on out and we'll have a sexy time. Thank you very much.
She also shared the video over Facebook, noting that an unknown girlfriend would be co-hosting the event. She asked for willing applicants to apply via an email with proof of identity and self-photo attached to her anightinChristine@gmail.com email address, which was in fact administrated by another unknown party without any input from Chris. Kenneth Englehart commented that Christine was supposed to be tending to her elderly, vulnerable mother and advised against advertising for strangers to come to her house. Also on that day, Chris shared another video from the same Weens who had previously made the fake GameStop protest video, this time allegedly protesting against Lulu's mistreatment of Chris's comics.
It's bloody unfair. Sorry Chew forever.
It's bloody unfair.
Sorry Chew forever. Sorry Chew will never die.
I kill her noise, man. Shut that shit the fuck up, man.
Let me tell you about someone named Christine Weston Chandler, okay?
I kill her noise. Shut the fuck up, man.
Lulu's bloody unfair.
Shut the fuck up.
Lulu's bloody unfair.
On January 7th, Christine claimed to be making her move in finding another publisher for her comic books, updating her listing on the Etsy store to include a bundle featuring the first 3 issues of Sonichu, and promised to complete all the orders she had received in December. She also hinted that she would attend the upcoming gaming and anime convention, OmegaCon, and could autograph copies of her books if fans brought them along. She later revealed in a private message that she was offered a booth at the next OmegaCon, which would allow her to autograph her books for fans. Kiwi Farms user BMO later revealed themselves to have been in contact with Christine, and since they were possibly a member of the convention staff, were aiming to feature Chris in a presentation and discussion panel in front of an audience at the convention concerning Sonichu and Chris's infamy. Despite what Chris had told to a different individual, she would not be given a free table and the chance to sell her comics at the convention center due to copyright concerns. On January 9th, Kiwi Farms member Reshiram sent an email to Chris's Christine email address purporting to be a male-to-female transgender lesbian looking to find friends in the Charlottesville area with special interest in meeting Chris because of her lesbian slumber party video. The anonymous person controlling the email wrote back pretending to be Christine, stating that only natural-born women were allowed to come to her home. Reshiram posted their correspondence on the forums under the belief that it was Chris who had replied, even though Marvin cast some doubt upon her reply. Shortly after, Chris removed her YouTube video concerning the lesbian slumber party and posted an update about it and her merchandise business in a video uploaded on January 11th.
Anywho, I'm making this update to make a couple of brief announcements. The video invitation has been taken down. I have received to decide to keep the eventual party between friends only. And also, yeah, I have sent out a lot of books today. A lot of books, so I just completed all the orders. So your coupon code, so for all y'all past customers, yeah, you'll be receiving your books definitely within the next couple of weeks. And still would like some more business. Appreciate that. Still can make more figures, and I have to just a little bit more to catch up on. I'll be updated. I'll be doing that this week. I would appreciate more business because, well, we need the money around here, among which that's for sure. Yeah. So anyway, it's just the update for now. Thank you all for your continued patronage and support and everything. Have a great and safe day.
The next day, Chris made another video after finding out that Jeff/Francine, the troll who claimed to have been stealing her identity and selling fake merchandise, was also planning to host a lesbian slumber party, according to a fake promotional poster Francine made to advertise the event.
Hello everybody, good evening. I'm in a bit of a mood right now, not to upset my current business inputs and whatnot, but...
And whatnot.
Let's make one thing perfectly clear. With the individual who's migrated between male to female, Jeff/Francine Ozos, over in Seattle, Washington, his infringement on the use of my Sonichu character is still being under quite debate. He is infringing on my Sonichu rights as well, including as stated in his invitation.
The Sonichu copyright.
His upcoming party, claiming of a quote-unquote new Sonichu amiibo figure. He's totally infringing. Jeff Ozos, Francine Ozos, needs to be taken down. She still needs to pay the royalties to me very much, and do not go to her party whatsoever. That's about it. Thank you. Have a good, safe day and night.
On January 13th, Chris updated her Sonichu comic listings on her Etsy page, using the site kablam.com as her new publisher. 4 days later, she made another video complaining about Francine's slumber party.
I retracted my previous engagement in the video, and I hereby announce that you should totally go to Jeff's party. It could be so off the hook. I mean, it's totally not a bullshit imitation of my party. Bullshit imitation. Like mine would be so much better. Or like his would be much better than mine. No difference. Oh yeah, Jeff is totally a super nice gal and all. He's not a total asshole. So contact Mistress Jeff if you want more details on going to her party. Yeah. Totally off the haps, off the ropes and everything.
Okay.
That's about it for right now. Thank you, everybody. Have a good, safe day. Thank you.
Chris also sarcastically advertised the event and video over Facebook, encouraging others to attend Francine's party. On January 21st, Christine posted some news regarding the troll Francine. It has come to my attention that Jeff Ozos is set to serve time in prison. Suffice to say that among which his shop on Zazzle.com, along with his other shops, will not be able to fulfill any orders for a very long time. During his remaining free time, I pray he's able to make such online amends. I most sincerely feel sorry for her outcome in life. At least now I can retract my recent passive-aggressive promotions of her party. I really did not want to promote anything of hers at all. I had to this time because, stubborn SLB she was, she refused to pay me the retro royalties from the use of my characters and self-image on her shops. And since it is moot now, I can finally state how upset I have felt about her and why. Among which, her continuing pretentious, egocentric, selfish, greedy, delusional attitude and behavior really closed the deal. Especially after I doxed her in the earlier video, she had communicated with me her feelings of regret and sadness and desire to make amends. Alas, shortly after, nothing had changed in her attitude and behavior. In private chats with my new lady friend, Jeff interrupted and really butted in and tried to prove herself better than I. I had remained as cool as possible, regardless of the anxiety and stress Jeff's intrusions have caused unto me and my friend. To put it most blunt, Jeff is no better than the egocentric, self-centered, narcissistic, sociopathic, probably psychopathic, sexist, probably paranoid, insecure, unable to maintain having learned anything from past misdeeds and errors, Looney Tune, Daffy Duck. Not to mention that she also continues to panhandle, using my name to get sex and online money and misdirected fame, even regardless of having just got a home for herself. I had offered an olive branch of friendship and kindness after Jeff communicated her regrets after the doxing, but then I felt a need to retract it after she resumed her malsocial behavior and attitude shortly after. I had informed Jeff that she and I were not friends after she showed her bad ass to my face, but she disillusioned and misperceived continuing friendship between her and I. She really had disappointed me. I was concerned over all this going against her and her past misdeeds catching up eventually, in hopes of trying to make her understand and improve herself mentally and emotionally in maturity. I was mistaken. I want to thank Jeff for her support and interest in my works and creations over the years. It offended and disappoints me that she had used my name for sex and misplaced money and fame upon herself though. On the 22nd, she advertised her custom amiibo and Lego figurines available from her store in a YouTube video.
Christine Chandler coming to you live with another update. Oh, calm down, Lucy. I'm making a video right now. Kitty, I love you. Okay, calm down, Lucy. I'll talk to you later. Anyway, I have a few more figures that I'm going to be putting on the shop later today. Yeah, and I made this nice, lovely little carrying case between combining the Technic slotted Ami bricks and a bunch of Technic bricks. It works pretty good for carrying around the whole lot. Also, something else that I'm considering adding to my shop, I'll give you all an opportunity to purchase my own custom minifigure. Whether you want the past or the present versions of me. Thinking about further on the little minifigures, I might do $10 plus shipping per figure.
Minifigs?
And I don't know, maybe an extra $2 or $5 for the
bricks
base.
and minifigs?
eBay or wherever for the price of just the base. Anyway, aside from that, definitely need some more money coming in. I'm a bit short on the whatever this month.
That's what I need. I'm trying to get to 80% during this stream. We're really close, but I don't know if we're going to get it. We need $26.74.
We're doing okay, mostly. And we got a big snowstorm coming in, expected this weekend, so that definitely give me time to put together any new orders that come about recently and today. Alright, so, link to the shop is underneath this video. Oh, one more note I will add, which I have commented about recently on the Facebook. I would like to extend my most formal, vocal, and emotional apologies to Jeff, whose fate has pretty much become unfortunate. I do feel sorry for her, very much. So, just a moment of silence right here. And I do thank her for her loyal support and interest for everything Sancho and Roadshoe and myself that I've been making since 2007. Okay, thank you very much and have a good day.
With the seeming demise of her latest foe, Chris apparently avoided a larger trolling saga, yet hiding behind the scenes was a mysterious gal friend, about which nothing was revealed. Once again, Christine was in the midst of a possibly new acquaintanceship with the troll, pretending to be a possible love interest, unbeknownst to Chris, and also to the ones who watched her the closest.
Damn. Shit. Pretty intense stuff right there. Crazy. All right. What else we got? Let's see here. I'm just checking what to do here. Shit. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch another. This is definitely not a snuff film, but it is pretty disturbing, is it not? Okay. Yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up. So I can get to bed and then wake up and do it again tomorrow. And we will see if we can kill the ghoul tomorrow. It's not too bad. Like $200, a little more than 200 away. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a good night.